She knows. She knows all.
All right, guys. We're now on air, so Becca, if you could stop swearing, that'd be great.
Only Becca, you say?
That's the first name that popped in. Sorry, Lily. Stop swearing.
She only swears.
Just going to check. All right, we are back. I'm just looking at the chat now. Oh wow, we have people watching this time. I actually tried my best to keep this whole thing a secret. Hi, Matilda.
Hello.
She says normally.
I've been here for a while.
I think the second we've gone live, Lily's actually in shot.
I can see her whiskers at the bottom.
You're a fame whore.
No.
Wow. Okay. That was
looking at me.
Well, all right. On that, yes, exactly. On that wonderful note, welcome to the Stags, the third and probably lesser well-known group of the trio. But the best, and the house the most players.
Yeah, we do.
I believe it's all agreed that Anna is like an honorary Brit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll adopt her.
Yep. Actually, Anna, have you had a cup of tea today?
Yeah.
Haha, there it is. There it is. Sold.
Need breakfast tea. I mean, come on.
Oh, dear me. So, yes, the Stags is, as a lot of you will probably know, the group of adventurers or mercenaries whose lives were turned upside down by the ill-advised assassination of the beloved boss, Bryn of the Many Names, because I can never decide on what his nickname is. And I keep making up a new one each time. In any case, after joining up with clients, Tevinten force, who they later found out to be slightly Venatori, seemingly so, and witnessing firsthand the barbarity that is Tevinten army on the march, our heroes were finally inevitably betrayed by their client on their own in the dark in the woods when they find out that one of their number, who was Allegra, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
No.
No, hold on, I can help do this. I'm
Maria.
terrible with names. Maria! It was Maria all along. Has in her possession the fifth and final Fateswain tattoo, which you'll know more about if you watch the other Fateswain stuff. So there's, in the form of a compass, drawn inexorably towards folly. They are taken off the path of revenge by the sudden appearance of two scholars, but one from Orlesia, the other from Ferelden, in a dispute over an artifact. Deciding to let them in from the rain, which it was raining, they were indoors, after about 22 minutes. Much discussing, they finally managed to agree and go and try and help out these two recover this artifact, because there's money in it. And it was the only way to get them to shut up. And because the GMs kept screaming, plot hook. So hard. Bumping into a group of dwarves who took the name the Diggers, this mysterious, very hostile group of miners and criminals, instantly attacked them as they reached the top of this old ancient elven structure with no staircase, but the one they brought with them. After a rather brutal battle on the top, involving explosives and a lot of pickaxes, our heroes, they managed to scare off the rest of them with not just one hurled insult from a certain sass queen. You know who you are.
We prefer the term Sasquatch.
Sass le quatch. That was right, yes. The big mystery, of course, was the mysterious, as implied by mystery, body lying in front of this mirror, which turned out to be another Illuvian, as it had the badge or the uniform of a member of the Bloody Stags, the mercenary company you guys are from. So, being partly brave, mostly following the two scholars who just dove straight into the alluvion, mostly out of competition. You all go through into what you can only believe to be the Crossroads, the ancient elven ways built during the time of the magical height of power. Now left in disarray and destruction, for what you can tell, this particular area is just covered in a thick fog, which obscures vision. Hearing conflict ahead and familiar voices, you race forward, noticing immediately that you're not alone, that there is a rather giant thing in the mist with you, stalking you. After hearing the distinct sound of the alluvion that you came in on being broken, you know you're actually stuck here. There's no way going back. And eventually, after some mixed up navigating of gravity, managed to find your way to the source of the noise, which turns out to be the Bloody Stags, or at least the survivors. You hear rumors of a story of woe, where they have fallen foul of the Tevinten forces, and then retreated through the advice of someone you have yet to meet, into the alluvion that was parked up back where Bryn was murdered. Using that, they managed to retreat into this place, which they've turned into a bit of a fortification. But they are now assailed at range by magical forces of an army of Tevinten sorcerers and slaves, hell-bent on their destruction. And with the creature in the mist, things are not looking good. Now, you guys are currently sitting around the fire, finally trying to warm yourselves, and listening to a tale from a rather sober Neris, the dwarf, who you recall as being very angry all the time because anger made her feel good, is rather quiet and seems not at all herself. Around you, you can hear the clink of metal as armor is repaired, someone screaming because their leg is still on fire, and in the distance you can hear weapons being used to do what they're designed to do. Exactly. Make kibbles for kittens. Go.
Exactly how large is the camp, did you say?
The camp holds the survivors of the Bloody Stags, which was originally a company of roughly 700 to 800. Currently, you're standing at around 320 something, maybe. So the losses are huge.
And just to confirm what I'm remembering, it was we were up high, weren't we? Because we had to get up there, and then they made kind of like a barricade of like carts and bits of wood and stuff around the edge of the camp.
Somehow they managed to get their supply train through the alluvion. I never thought that up. But it's there. No regrets. No regrets. And it's the only thing stopping the enemy from rushing straight in.
I'm going to go and sit next to Lenara.
Okay. Lenara, the last person you ever wanted to sit next to you just has.
To what do I owe this pleasure?
Look, when I've done something wrong, I admit it. And I'm very sorry that I went charging through the alluvion. I mean, it's good that we found your party, and perhaps it was a wise decision, but it was foolhardy. And I just want to say that if there's anything I can do to help you, then let me know.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's unexpected.
Why?
No, it doesn't matter.
You really are baffling. But I respect your decision-making process, and it seems like it will be a good idea for us to stick together.
I'm glad you agree.
Well, that's the air cleared.
Can I get up and go and find something to drink?
Do you mean in real life or like in the game?
No, in the game.
Because I realize being spoken to directly by Imogen is sometimes a sobering experience. Sorry, I was.
See, you got the catty noise.
People in the chat are now referring to her as Meow Spawn. Because we have a bark spawn in Kestrels, now this one is a meow spawn. And I think
You're not a dark spawn, are you, Lily? They're just saying that because you're black, and that's really rude.
Today I do think Meow Spawn is now the mascot of the Snags. All hail Meow Spawn.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Well, the guinea pigs are busy, so...
They are.
They are. As you get up from the fire, you take a look around the camp, and it's been very easy to forget the layout since you've arrived. You haven't really been paying much attention, but you're actually quite hungry, and since you've been here, it's been very easy to forget people's names, why you're there, what you were thinking about. Even daydreaming is quite difficult.
Maybe that's
although this
why
area,
so nice.
yes, people are not themselves. Although due to like you both all describing the area, you've noticed that all of the elves in the company, yourself included, see this place in a lot more pleasant tone. The colours are more vibrant. You can hear birds chippering in the distance. It's not actually that bad, although some of the others, especially the dwarves, describe this place as being very dull and very monochrome, and there's a static noise in the air which eats away at their calm. Neris is no such person. She looks like she hasn't slept in weeks. However, digressing.
I was going to say, can I find some Thedosian equivalent of coffee or hot broth or something like that? And I was going to take a portion to Neris and sit down by her.
Well, by the quartermaster's stand, who you can't see the quartermaster from the one you used to in the company. However, there is another person there who's currently meowing, who's currently serving what looks like watery, thin soup. As you approach, you actually cut in the line to talk to him. No one seems to complain, though. Everyone seems to be looking down at their bowl absent-mindedly.
Share a portion for your somewhat downtrodden-looking dwarf leader. Neris, dear. Neris.
The bald-headed, rather overweight Cookie, as he's been called, rotates as best he can and drops a ladle full of what you could only hope to be meat into your bowl with some chopped up half-cooked veg, and the rest is probably left to the imagination. It's hot, though, and people haven't died from it yet.
That'll do. I just kind of scoop out a bowl for myself as well and give him a pat.
As you come back, and as Lanara is leaving to get something to drink, you see a familiar face on what looks like a walking stick that's been made from an axe that has seen better days. He limps over, drops his longbow in front of him, and sits down, and then draws his hood back. And you recognize instantly the rather gaunt and equine features of Hexil from Mosswake. You know that village? Yeah.
Oh.
He seems even more pale and gaunt than usual, although his very fierce, penetrating eyes just look around at you all for a second before looking down at the floor.
Is he there when before I leave, or
you see him actually approach? You see him approach the camp as you're leaving.
Okay. I'm gonna get, if I find anything alcoholic, I'd like to get something for him too.
Well, I'll deal with you actually now. Roll for search, which would be
it's
deception.
Yes.
Although, if you're going to ask, you can roll investigation if you find that to be a better.
Well, Which thing is investigation again?
Investigation, I believe, is
Cunning.
communication or cunning.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it's communication. They're going to be the same. I got 17.
17?
Yeah.
Awesome! 17. After asking around...
Oh, wait, no.
What?
19, because I have a focus inside.
She finds all the booze.
Yes, the secret stash.
The one time I roll out.
just for it's destiny. Just for
Roll
an
for
ad,
boost.
added little bit. You actually remember where is kept a rather nice bottle of Scythe 908, I think it was called, which is a rather black, glossy bottle with a very potent fortified wine inside. You remember this because this is in Bryn's chest, which he said he was going to open when they got back from this job to celebrate. Now he's dead, but his belongings still here. So you know that in that chest there is that same flask.
This feels really wrong, but I'm going to go and take it because I think everyone needs a drink.
Yes. Yes. Cool. After some searching, you find on one of the supply wagons the slim black oak chest with what looks like a symbol of antlers coming from one end to the other. And that's the box. Do you take the whole thing?
Well, is it locked?
Yeah. It is, but it's a pretty...
Yeah, if I can, and bring it back to Maria.
I wanted to surprise her when she tried to open it, and it's like, it's locked, dumbass. Try checking next time.
It's trapped.
Yeah. Yes, a dark spawn comes out and eats you.
Oh, great, another one. If I can pick it up and it's not too big, then I'll bring it back to Maria because I doubt I can open it.
No, please try. It'd be great. Use your fingers.
No, thanks.
Cool. After a few moments, the Anders survivor, the Hexel, doesn't actually say anything, and when you get back, no one's actually moved much. Although I do believe at this point, Maria comes back with some
Something
closely suggested to be food. Rations, basically.
Something warm.
Do you hand it to Nellis?
Yes.
Neris,
And sit down next to her.
Neris! Awesome. The dwarf looks down at the food and then slowly takes it out of your hand and then gives you this really meek nod. It's at this point, usually she's like in your face, spitting and hawking and calling you all manner of genitalia, but she just looks like she's not thinking much at the moment. This place doesn't suit her.
I know the feeling.
Allegra has just been pacing back and forth and just beyond where everyone's sitting. Just looking down, pacing. She seems really nervous.
Shifty.
Almost like she knows something. Get it!
I know many things. It doesn't mean that I'm bad.
I'm going to put the chest down and try and catch Maria's eye.
It's like just reach.
I don't want to disturb your thing with Neris.
Yeah, I'll just give her a moment to like maybe warm up, reconfigure with food, and have a look at a lock.
Cool. Neris starts eating with the wooden spoon that came with the bowl. Although you notice her big ham-fisted hands are shaking as they go up to her mouth. You take a look at the lock. It's a very simple lock. I think it was more for ceremonial reasons than actual protection. Doesn't seem to be anything to it, except this is just a simple twin-cylinder job. You can get this done easily enough.
Okay.
Roll your cunning!
Cunning or lockpicking?
Lockpicking's a focus. I believe it's of cunning.
Dexterity.
Oh, it's a dex now. God.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to stop playing D&D like forever. Yeah. So yeah, roll Dex with a +2 for your lookbook egg because you're a thief.
Ooh, that's not great. I'm gonna re-roll that because I can, because I'm a thief.
It's very helpful.
It's actually about the same score. 11.
11. That's awesome. Cool. The simple lock just pings open. And,
Oh my god.
It really wasn't that hard. In fact, although it was nice to stretch your talents a bit, it's been a while.
I guess it's a matter of pride.
Totes?
Do you make it seem like it was way harder than it was? And I'm sitting there watching, like, oh my god, so cool.
Definitely. just give me a minute. I'll get this. Don't worry.
Now I see what Lenara's impressed by.
Does anyone open the box?
Yeah. I do keep going to that point.
I'm not opening it. It's not my box.
What else is in the box besides nice alcohol?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. There's a small bag of about 10 gold coins, which is not a small sum. It seems to be some sort of like emergency fund.
It feels so bad.
Anna! It's in the box!
What's in the box?
It looks like a pulsa. No, look at this. Anna got that. Anna's laughing. You know what I mean, Anna.
I know what you mean.
Inside joke, sorry. But yes, inside the box, dominating the whole affair, is this rather beautifully crafted glass bottle that shines like this glittering dark. It's actually shaped in a way that can actually fit the case, which is about so tall. Instead of being quite typically blown to be circular, it seems to have been blown by master crafters to be straight and narrow and curved at the edges. The label on the front has a very clean scythe effect on it with 9.08 written on it, very simply. The label itself is actually quite worn and weathered. And there's a suspicious little crimson brown stain with a thumbprint on the side. This probably wasn't bought.
Now this, Lenara, I like your style.
I
Also,
suppose that we could all use a drink. Neris especially.
Yep. Yeah, this is a good call.
also in the box is a large scroll and what looks like a greater health potion. From the looks of things, rather
like a sealed scroll.
No, it's not.
Okay.
What were you kind of like hoping to unlock the scroll as well?
No, I was hoping to read a thing without showing that I've read the thing.
Oh, go on.
Against my better judgment, I do not take the money.
Yeah, no, I'm leaving the money too. But I will take the scroll because I want to.
Yes.
I want to look at the scroll, and I'll hold it where Maria can see as well.
Cool. The scroll is written in a very fine Tevinten script. Does anyone know how to read Tevinten?
Yes, because I'm from Tevinten.
Awesome. It's for the sake of like just passing on the information. This is the original contract you guys had with Tevinten. It refers that the Bloody Stags company under Bryn serves Erastus Grimaldi for a length of time requiring the mission to which is written under width. It's all fancy script. Underneath it is just a detailed description of an escaped elven slave who is described as being extremely dangerous and exceptionally valuable. There is a name of Akalia, and there is also several warnings about not speak to, nor approach without the intent of capture, and not to allow her to communicate with anyone upon capturing. Seems like somebody forgot that last bit. That. Yeah. There was also a sum of money for the Bloody Hands Company upon completion, which was around 10,000 gold coins. Exactly, that's a lot.
This magister that we've been working for all along is... Well, I've heard of him before, at least. I've never seen him. He and
That
my...
was Erastus.
Yes, he was... Well, he was fairly well known.
Can I just interject, though, just to clear something up? Erastus Grimaldi was the brother of the big bad. Erastus Grimaldi was the person who also got killed in that room with Bryn by the hands of the Fateswoman.
He was the client guy.
Yes, he was the younger brother of Big Bad Grimaldi.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, so on the contract it says that we were hired by Erastus?
Yes.
Okay, on behalf of his brother, or just as his brother?
It's written that it's on behalf of his brother.
Okay.
Although, if you recall the letter that you found, oh no, you guys didn't find it. It was someone else. Shut up.
There was no letter. What letter?
Yes, what was the letter?
We don't know nothing.
I've lost my neck. Okay, that happened. Moving.
We won't metagame, don't worry.
Sorry, we'll get at this.
Meta. It's all for the fun. But yeah, this...
An update on Gigi, by the way. She sat by the fire, just looking miserable and feeling sorry for herself. And she keeps looking over at the food and then going, maybe not. No.
Liking herself up to try the broth.
No, yeah.
I just put the broth aside and opened the bottle.
A Mabari hound leaps out. No, it gives you a really faint smell of almonds, sweat, like particularly sailor sweat, and chocolate as well. It's also very obviously insanely alcoholic.
Sounds like my mum.
I didn't hear that. I chose not to hear that.
As soon as Allegra hears the bottle open, she just turns and just beelines for it.
Oh, Anna, you're getting a bit robotic.
Quick and pass it on.
No!
Whoever's using the microwave at Anna's place, could you please stop? The popcorn isn't worth it.
I'm going to keep looking through this contract, just sitting there and kind of rereading it and getting progressively angrier every time I do.
Aww.
I'm going to instead attempt to catch Hexel's eye. He's still sat here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get back to Tilda in a second, but Becca, as your character starts looking at Hexel,
Maria.
for a few moments, you sorry, yeah, Maria, I remember. Shut up. After a good while, you think he's not going to look up, and then he kind of sighs again, long and heavy. Are you going to stare at me for the entire evening? I'm talking to you.
Is that better?
Yes. Much.
I think some of this could help a lot of us, and pass the bottle to him.
Who'd you pass the bottle to?
To Hexel.
Hexel. Not her then, is it? He takes it from your hand, sniffs it, his eyes widen. Where did you get this?
Our leader has his tricks.
Oh yes, the dead one. Not many tricks now though, huh?
That's the one.
He takes another sniff and then just knocks back a quick swig. His eyes widen a bit further. Smooth! Yeah, he passes it back. That is not to be wasted.
No, but I think it's a fair time.
Can I have some, please?
Would you mind rolling Constitution when you drink it, please, with focus on alcoholism or whatever it's called?
I
there is one for drinking.
Do I do that, or do you just did you just ignore that?
Well, you're Ravania. I figured you got a reroll or something.
I do actually have drinking focus.
Oh my god. Okay.
Wanna...
Which thing is it in? I don't think I don't.
Drinking's Constitution.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I don't have it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take a big drink.
I was going to say, as soon as Allegra notices that there are drinks about, she's going to make a beeline for wherever the bottle is.
Oh, this is fine.
You might join them as well, just because it looks better than the broth.
Can I have some?
15.
We're gonna get drunk before we started.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Cool. So I'd like you all to do a quick Constitution check, please.
I got 15.
Did anyone get less than 11?
I got 10.
I got 17.
I got 10 as well.
Do you add? Sorry. So it's the 3 dice, and then do you add your Constitution?
Yes.
Luckily, yes. And if you happen to be lucky enough to be an alcoholic and have focus in drinking, then
I don't.
Bless your liver.
So I got 15.
Darling. 15. Who got 11? Sorry, who got less than 11 again?
I did.
Me.
Wait. That was not Imogen's voice. Who was that?
Bridget and Allegra.
Oh.
Which is very fitting considering how off hinge Allegra is.
Yes.
We're gonna bond.
This is how it's done.
If anything, Allegra's just going to be even more nervous and jittery than before.
So basically, your characters are beyond tipsy, not plastered yet, but this has gone straight to your head, and it basically it affects you in the sense that Jesus, Imogen, not so quickly. You get +1 to any bravery checks, but -1 to any dexterity checks. Anything which is relevant at the moment until I say otherwise. Oh, and you can act it out in any way you like. Go,
guys.
Yes.
I'm glad I met you all. You're very interesting.
I'm glad you think so, Bridget.
And I think you'll make me a better person in the long run.
As long as we get out of this place.
Well, it's comfy.
No. Let's get out
At
of
this
here
point,
now.
I'm draped over. Becca, what's your character's name? Rebecca. Pips.
Me.
Yes.
Gigi.
Gigi. Oh yes, I'm draped over Gigi, holding her, saying it's comfy.
Chichi.
Okay. I'm just laughing at her.
You can. You're so.
She never did this at uni.
Whilst I'm watching this, I'm going to put the contract in my bag and then just keep it for reference for later on.
To Hexel, I say, to put it bluntly, looks like you guys have been through hell.
Hell is a relative term, at least from my people, but you could say that, yes. Your old friends, they bombarded our village and killed quite a lot. Is there
Came back.
Meow, meow, meow.
What? We're having fun.
Oh, is that what it looks like?
Party.
What the fuck are we doing? Sorry. I give up. That's it. Whatever, friends. After your old friends attacked our village, we had to get help. Anna, will you stop trolling me with your chat?
Where is it? Where are we looking?
No one's looking anywhere. It's fine. Don't
I'm
feed
being
the
a
troll.
dick. It's fine.
Who's a dick?
Are you acting drunk or just not looking?
Why not both? What?
I'm just.
Where?
Let's see. Throw out of chat. Mute. Present to everyone. You know, there's a lot of things here I'd love to do in real life, Imogen. But I can't.
Is there a chat I'm not on?
No, they pop up at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, I'm not on my computer.
Oh.
What?
My microphone doesn't work on my computer.
Oh God!
For
I just I just heard you say, "I am not on my computer," and I'm like, "What the hell are you on?"
I'm in the
What
game.
are you on?
Ah, stop it! I'm trying.
Anyway,
He's trying to act.
And then
Thank you.
You shouldn't have made me drunk.
You're not. Anyways, so we met in an alliance with the stags, who did not like what was being done to us, and then it got worse. Then they attacked the stags at their camp. We were losing pretty badly, but one of the what was her name? The old woman, Enya, I think her name was, took us to a mirror she had found in the old antique store. Next thing I know, we're all running into it. And then they followed us.
The Vince?
Yep. We've been running away from them ever since.
wait.
They're in here as well.
Yes. That's who we're fighting. We can't go the other way because of the thing in the mist.
The thing, yeah, we noticed the thing.
Has anyone seen that creature in the mist?
Only Nettis. And she's not saying much about it.
Oh.
She came back alone. She left with around 7 of our best.
And everyone that's here, this is who made it through the mirror, or do you know if there's anyone else stranded?
I do not.
So you've been in the Fade since we left Mosswake.
It's difficult to say. I actually don't know how long we've been in here, but food is running short. I would estimate about, it feels like a week, but it's difficult to say. Time doesn't seem to play fair in here.
Nothing's playing fair out there either. There's... Quick question, because I don't remember, but I feel like this happened. When we'd all come through the mirror, did it smash behind us?
It did not immediately, but you heard it getting smashed by whatever it was in the
because
mist.
I was about to say there's an exit not far away.
I was near.
Yeah, I was standing right next to it when it broke.
Yeah.
Because Allegra didn't want to go in.
Mm.
Well, as you can see, we have so many people from your company. We have so many survivors from Mosswake. Thankfully, all of the children and the infirm escaped when you were there. I think we'll always be in your debt. I am the last inquisitorial agent here, which I believe is not a good thing.
Wait.
Oh.
Inquisitorial agent.
Yes. I work for the Inquisition.
I had heard something about that.
Oh, yes, we're a big thing now. It's great. Don't suppose you want the job.
I think we've got plates full as it is at the moment.
Maybe.
No, we clearly don't. There's nothing to eat.
I just hand her silently the bowl that I put aside.
My face is at the bottom of it now.
Can I have another? I'm going to have another large swig of alcohol.
Oh! That's the spirit.
I have plans, and it involves alcohol. And not remembering the rest of the evening. Do I need to make another Constitution check?
Yes, you do. Hell yes. Have you never drunk before, Tilda?
11.
11. Guess what? It got harder with the second swig. The first one was like a burning sensation that reminded you that pain means that you're alive. The second one was a different experience where it was just, it was better than sex. It was amazing. Unfortunately, now the floor won't stay still. However, you find the whole situation rather hilarious. Everyone's probably going to die.
Lenara, give me that. I'll take
I
another
hand
swig
it
as
to
well.
her.
I mean,
This is where we are now.
Yeah.
We haven't had the best time. We deserve this.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just looking forward to when the alcohol gets drunk at FateSwainCon, and then we start doing live videos and streams and stuff. Hey everybody, this is what Imogen's like when she's drunk, and she's like completely sober.
Oh my god. 9.
9?
Oh dear.
Oh my god. Unfortunately, as you watch, Allegra doesn't just take a swig. She takes a swig, she starts, and like, and if anyone's paying attention to it, they'll notice that keen feature of someone who's been drinking a bit too sharply, a bit too quickly, is that their eyes start to move a little bit out of coordination. Just a little bit. And she's drunk.
I just very unceremonious just sit down flat on my ass.
Yes. when you put your hand beneath you, you're like, where's the floor? Where's the floor? Yeah. Oh, there we go. There it is.
Yep.
Great.
Flat the floor, guys. It's right here. I promise. It's right here.
Congratulations. Allegra now is automatically passing any morale or fear tests that she requires to make, unless special circumstances. But she's got a -3 modifier on any dex tests or attacks.
I still have a positive modifier to dex.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, as a fight, does this count as a breather? Can we get some health back? Because I'm still short from the dwarf fight.
Yeah, we've been here a while actually, so yeah, this counts as a short rest. Does everyone know what that means? If you
I'm
do,
looking
just go.
Lose any health anyway.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember what I have. Whether I
5 plus constitution plus level.
Oh, I was fine.
What? Sorry, what was it?
5 plus
So we roll-
constitution plus level.
You
Is
don't
it
roll.
always 5?
You don't roll.
Okay, 5
Right.
plus constitution.
Is it? Is it straight 5? I could have sworn it was a roll. I'm the GM. I should know these things. Oh my god. Where's my? Oh, there it is. Oh,
I'm gonna go get some.
I told you I printed off a full booklet. That's not the booklet that I need.
the Games Master Shield, because I am a very special person, and I mean that in the best possible way.
Shield?
It's called a shield. They call it a shield. No, it's called a shield as well because it stops trolling from people like Imogen and Tilda.
What? I haven't done anything.
Yeah,
I've been trolling all night. You're calling Tilda out? Amazing.
I'm feeling so attacked right now. For a good time.
Oh, I'm gonna get so many bad emails. Where is it? Yes, a 5-minute rest called the breather restores. You're quite right. It's 5 plus constitution plus either in health.
Okay, I've done that then.
Notes.
If you like as well, you can actually choose to sleep or attempt to sleep for a bit, which may give you even more healing.
When did we last sleep?
I can't. When
It's
you were in
been a
that
while.
little hut.
When we were
Yeah,
in
it's only been like a day.
yeah. No,
Day and a half.
it was like, oh no, it was coming. No, I can't remember.
It was.
We travelled for a bit. Found this tower.
We slept in the fisherman's hut, and then it took us like an hour to get to the tower, and then
Oh,
we
is
fought
that
the
it?
dwarves, and then we got to the Fades. So it's not been.
And then we started drinking.
Yeah, it was like 3 in the afternoon.
Day drinking.
Start how you mean to go on. Okay.
I've got biscuits.
Has Bridget tried the food yet?
You need to roll constitution for that.
Still alive, so.
I've been watching to see her response to the food before I dare eat it.
You may. I'm not going to force you to, because it's not like compulsory to test if you're going to throw up or not.
I think for reasons it is.
No, I'm quite drunk, so I think it's scrummy.
Wow. Oh God.
Like try a bit of hers somehow. Just like, she's drunk. Could I steal her like fork or spoon or whatever?
She may fight
I'll give
you.
it back.
I'm gonna hit you with it.
Alright.
I just want to try the food.
I had a whole
Don't
thing
do
planned,
that.
but if you guys want to watch two scholars drunkenly fight out over some food they assume is food,
I'm not drunk.
Alright.
I'm not
Sure.
drunk.
Join the rest of us, Gigi.
I'm not drunk. Why are you saying this about me?
It's exactly what drunk people say.
I'm lovely.
Right. Word
You
for
have
word,
really
yeah.
nice hair.
Hexel takes the bottle from whoever has it. If it means him shuffling across the fire on his bum, he does that. And then takes the bottle, takes a long swig, gives it back, and shuffles back to his position.
Was I right in remembering that he was the Grey Warden?
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Okay, I don't know where I got that from.
It's because he's fought. You mentioned he's fought Darkspawn. That's because he's from Anders.
Okay.
The Anderfels.
That's fine.
He's not Anders because he's not mage mage terrorist or anything.
Oh my God,
I just remembered something about him and Darkspawn and assumed he was a Grey Warden. But
sorry, someone else tried to say something there.
I was just saying I'm just keeping rolling while I drink, but I got a 12.
Awesome. As you're all, do anyone want to try and sleep? Actually, get back more hit points, or you're good.
No,
I'm probably gonna fall asleep because I'm so drunk.
Yeah.
partying all night.
So, is there like a fighting front happening somewhere at the end of the camp?
Seems to
Or
be,
is
but
it-
it's a very lazy one at the moment in time. Remember, you're sitting right now with Hexel and Neris. Hexel has revealed from Mosswake survived, or at least a lot of them did. He also mentions that it was Enya who directed you through the door.
Sail away, sail away.
You know what? You're quite right. Her name is Eliza, and I had a crush on Enya when I was younger. All right, so leave it.
oh, the one that I got the staff from.
Wait, are we talking about Eliza or Enya? It's Eliza.
Eliza.
It can't be the old fortune teller woman because she died while we were there.
A heart attack.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
only
I
leave
believe
happiness in our wake.
that. Literally wake.
You're thinking of the first adventure. This
Yeah.
is the
But
one
no,
we gave
the
us.
I
Eliza.
don't know if she had a name.
Eliza was the one in
She didn't.
Mosswake who gave me her staff because I healed her.
Oh,
Yes.
right, yeah.
She
Yeah.
said you'll find it useful.
I don't know where I wrote it down, but I have it written somewhere.
If you don't, let me know. I'm gonna send you some more.
Oh no,
details.
it's there. I've got it. I just always
Sweet.
forget to add the 2+2 to healing. I'm gonna have more alcohol. So.
Cool. Constitution, please.
I'll have some more too, please.
Yes, please. Me too.
11.
11. Yeah, you fail like completely. It gets incrementally harder each time, as it does in real life. And now at this point, you can do one of three things. You can either fall asleep, make a pass at someone, and or throw up.
I got 8, so I'm gonna make a pass at Gigi.
I'm not making a pass at someone. And I've already thrown up recently, so I think I'm gonna go to sleep.
Has anyone
I got a
ever
10.
told
Fighting the nausea.
What?
anyone- What? Gigi,
Has anyone ever told me what?
you're really smart.
Thank you.
How did you get so smart? I'm beautiful.
How did you get so smart?
Smart.
Ah, God.
What is happening?
it's fine. I had this whole
Just
thing
like
planned, but it's
Pat
fine.
her on the head. Just like,
I was gonna say,
okay.
what do we want to do? But I think everyone's drunk except me.
Everything in the room is spinning except for you, Gigi.
I'm just sleepy.
But
Where's
we're not in
Allegra?
the
I'm going to
room.
go and
I'm
lie
just gonna
down
try
next
and,
to
like-
Allegra.
Allegra's just gonna join her closer and just cuddle her. And
I'm like very, very not used to being cuddled. And like, did not expect this. I'm like, no, what's going on?
you're warm.
Thanks for the
This is
compliments,
nice.
Bridget, but my dress has been ruined enough today, so you can just face the other way in case you throw up.
But
So just
I mean, we're scholars, so we should try and experiment on every route. We should look into things. That's what we do, right? Yeah.
yes, but
What?
you don't expect not when you're drunk. Just
Oh, oh, so there's a chance anyway.
Oh dear God. Okay, I'm being accused here. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah. Riori in the chat just said, "First sex and now drunk. You're having way too much fun, Rick." I'm just gonna take a quote from a famous wizard and say, "I was merely involved." That was terrible. I'm working on it. What? They found a bottle of Scythe 908. They've got basically. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, you.
Not too good with the alcohol search.
It's a natural conclusion. Also, Imogen. So, don't put your hood down. Don't. Fine. Be like that. So, apparently, I should
So
give you
is
some
that-
weed.
What is that? No.
What? Cool. All right. So, somebody has fallen asleep. I don't even
It's me
notice.
and Allegra.
Yeah.
We're out.
I've been snubbed. Cruel.
Are you guys accidentally spooning?
Yeah.
Well,
Figures.
unwillingly spooning on Lunara's part. But
Allegra was like,
Nonetheless.
"Oh, you're warm. This is nice." Yoink.
You want to be my teddy bear tonight?
Yes.
Awesome. So you guys noticed
I
that.
carefully extricate the bottle from, I think Allegra was the last one to drink from it.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, extra points for saying extricate. That gets very rarely used.
And attempt to hand that to Neris.
Who?
Neris.
Neris.
Oh, Neris. Yes, you hand it to Neris. She's looking blankly into the distance until you kind of nudge it at her, and she like looks at it and then looks at you. Did you take that from his belongings?
I don't think you would see any sense in saving it for a special occasion. You can't get any more special than this.
We might be dead tomorrow. Come on, Gigi.
All right. Suppose you're right.
Huh?
All right. She takes it in her fist and just takes a swig, swallows it, and then takes another one, and then hands it back. If it makes her drunk, she isn't showing it at all. Like,
I don't think she would be a very happy drunk at the moment anyway.
yeah. It's all right. Not very strong though.
Well, you take what you can get round here.
That's true. So, what's the plan?
I was rather hoping you might fill me in on some of the details. I know you were one of the ones who went out there and sort of gestured towards the fog.
She looks at the fog with her eyes a bit like wide, to the point where you can see the whole of her iris, and she realizes at this point how bloodshot they are.
I reach
Yeah.
out and just put a hand on her arm as well, so like I'm here.
When you touch her skin, she jumps a little. Yeah. Honestly, I wonder I wonder if it's just maybe best to just surrender. I'd rather deal with whatever the Vints give us than go back out there.
I don't think we want to do that. Not yet.
Yeah.
After all, we just got here. You never know how things will turn around.
By the way, who's awake right now? who's left? Yeah. Roll a perception seeing check.
Seeing.
Yeah, you probably get a -2 on that one, being as you are.
6.
12.
Yeah, Imogen.
Wait a second.
You don't see shit.
17.
That's quite understandable.
I got 17.
17. All right, that's pretty good. Although the camp is kind of like not very active at the moment, one person stands out, and it's an old woman who is standing on top of a cart. She is diminutive, especially for elven height, but she's not facing towards the Vints, the Tevinten forces. She's facing the back the way you came, or looking, well, because you're on this weird plane of gravity, she's looking upwards into the mist. You recognize her from the fight at Mosswake. She's the old woman who gave the... Oh, wait, you don't... You don't recognize her at all. You've never seen her here. I quit. Hilda, you're in charge.
I'm asleep.
I got
damn it.
12.
I can't get out of this. No.
Maria,
She's doing
you
something
recognize
strange, and I can be like, hey, look at the weird woman.
Gigi, who are you looking at? Why aren't you looking at me? I'm trying to talk to you.
Is mine not high enough to see her?
You didn't really notice that well,
Gigi.
no.
Gigi.
Looking at the person looking up in
Gigi.
the sky.
Gigi. Who are you looking at?
Woman!
No, look at
Do I notice this?
Gigi.
She's staring up at the sky.
Gigi.
Up. Yes?
I'm going to fall on to Gigi.
How would you describe your fall onto Chi-Chi?
Sloppy.
Nice. Wait, what are you eating?
Nothing.
Broth.
Except my own words.
What?
Tasty, tasty broth.
Egg.
I was trying to talk to Pips. There's this freeze frame for a second there with her with something in her mouth, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
It's an egg and egg cup.
You've got egg and soldiers! That's amazing. I'm so gel. I'm so freaking gel right now.
Oh, I love you, Pip.
Egg and soldiers. All right. So yeah, you notice this strange, kooky old woman staring up at the mist. She seems to be whispering something. You can't read her lips that well, though, but she seems to be talking to herself.
That's weird.
You are an absolute boon and a gift to all GMs everywhere.
Tractor eating
See
her
this
broth.
happening, and you're like, "That's weird." Anyway.
Oh well.
Bridget just fallen on top of me.
Yeah, back to the debauchery.
You're also being weird because you're also talking to yourself.
You look over at the woman. I've forgotten everyone's names. I never really learned them. It's fine.
Probably true. Okay, now can I look up from my conversation?
Gigi.
You.
Gigi.
Yes. Yes.
No.
No. She's not going to say anything. Look at the woman. You. That whose name I don't know.
You.
know.
You.
I'll learn it.
Are
Me?
you talking to Morena?
Yes. Yes.
Morena.
I just kind of pray for patience while still looking at Neris, and then turn over to look at those two.
Hi. Gigi wants you. She doesn't want me.
Thank you, Birgit.
Birgit? What's your beef?
I just wanted to point out that there's a woman acting strangely, and I thought
it's not
she was
me.
more your sort of thing to deal with.
Oh my god, it's... What's her name?
Eliza.
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 Hey, Rick.
Nailed it.
Seriously, I had this thing planned out. And,
Am I getting anything else out of Neris?
Alright, you know what? I'm going to say time passes. Because otherwise, I may actually... I may actually start headbutting the table. And no one wants that. So, you have basically the next 6 hours is slipping in and out of drunken or not drunken sleep. You all get 10 plus constitution plus level and health back. Your mana is restored. However,
Gigi.
so you discover to your horror that Bengit acts like this when she's sober.
Excuse you.
Excuse yourself. Also, if you're not elvish, you get -1 on your willpower because it's temporary. Because of this horrible tinnitus that's eating away at you. This constant high-pitched hymn.
I have a focus in self-discipline.
Yes.
And tons of willpower. Is there any way I can roll for that?
No.
Okay.
Not this time. This is just a standard flat modifier.
That means I have a -2 in willpower.
Are we talking about you or your character?
I'll will for you, don't worry, Anna.
You will. I'm not being manipulated. I choose to get drunk.
Can I just have been like schmoozing around the camp and seeing if there are
I assume I've been
other
dealing
people
with
we recognise?
No,
Not
yes!
necessarily talking to them,
Thank you. Yes.
but finding
Yes.
people.
Yes, you
I don't
can.
think Maruna knows how to schmooze.
Everyone else, shut up. She's going in the right direction. All right, gotta contain myself. Yes, you are at the camp, which is not as big as you'd hoped. Most of the people are either in tent.
I believe the word I used is schmooze.
Schmoozing is correct. Most people, however, are either very untalkative, are eating rations, sleeping, or still coming back from the front. The front, from what you can tell, is made up of nothing more than this strange bridge section that is sitting over an abyss of nothingness. Over at the other end, you see... Huh? Are you kidding me, Pets? Oh my god. On the other end of this this bridge section is a giant egg cup. She's giving you all the middle finger right now. No, you make out a number of
Make out?
make out as in to see.
Oh.
I need a better job. I really do.
It's fine, I'm taking notes.
It seems that they can't seem to get across this bridge without getting pelted by arrows and bolts, but there's a standoff. However, the Tevintens have range. They also have the ability to summon demons. So there is this almost a desert of charred and broken remains of fade stuffs that's been just cast around from all of the destroyed demons that have been thrown towards the barricades. There's also a number of bodies lined up for incineration, underneath bits of cloth, and it looks like people have been running out of cloth. So they're, instead of covering the whole body, they're covering the face, or the bit of a mangled body or charred corpse that is a bit ugly to be seen. The smell, however, can't be hidden, and it smells like burnt meat and rotten whatnot. So they've obviously been here a while.
Nice.
Rick,
Yes.
I'm eating.
You're very welcome. The corpse master of the company is a rather diminutive old woman who is going around taking shoes off the dead bodies and like writing down notes about them and putting them in a cart. Waste not, want not. Otherwise, after a while, you bump into Eliza, who is now lying down on top of a cart that's been turned over, so its flank is now flat. She's lying down, hands crossed across her chin like this, just looking up towards the floor in the ceiling where the fog is, watching it swirl. And you recognize her.
Without further introduction, I just come up next to her and say, "Do you know what's up there? Down there? Whatever there is."
She rotates her head to you, and her eyes are focused directly at you, which is unnerving because you realize that not many people have been doing that for the last 6 hours. These all seem very vacant, distracted. But this one is looking right at you. Oh, yes. I know exactly what is in there. Something old. Old and treacherous.
It's not summoned by the Tevinters, it's...
No. It's been here a long time. It's a shadow of a thing that walked once a long time ago.
Is it of this place?
Yes. And no. It is of the Fade, but it is here.
This isn't the Fade?
No. And yes.
I love elves.
I love whatever it is you are.
Thank you. So do you have any other helpful things you can tell me about it? Maybe how to get past it? Or a way out of here?
The elf will help.
There are many elves here.
Oh, you know which
You
one
were
I mean.
one of them.
She reaches her ears and twinks them a sec. Yes, I am. Thank you for reminding me. I was so short I thought I was a dwarf.
How long have you been here?
5 solar days, 2 hours of the clock, and 32 seconds.
You know how much time's passing here? Like that?
Don't you?
No.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
Neither can
How else
most
were
of
you
the
meant
other
to-
people I've talked to here.
Well, they're not meant to be here, you see. Place wasn't meant for them.
I was getting that
Elves?
impression myself.
Yes, they really shouldn't be here too long. Might end up starting killing each other. Or eating each other. Or killing and then eating each other. Or eating each other and then killing each other.
The biggest problem is our side killing their side and vice versa.
Oh no, the biggest problem is the Dread Wolf.
Is this an elven thing?
She leans back and looks back into the mist. Not anymore.
Well, that's unnerving. Okay.
I begin to wake up. Am I still being spooned by Allegra?
Probably yes.
Oh, wow. You have a nightmare.
Oh, great.
Oh.
It's just what I always wanted.
And in this nightmare, you're being carried by
That sounds great.
Yeah, you're very small, and you're very warm and wet, and everything is dark and in pain and everything. And the words you're hearing don't make any sense, but you know that you're in a place of safety. And there is a woman who looks down at you, crying, but also smiling as she's running in through the woods. Now, you believe you remember who this woman is, but you've never seen her in your life. Also, there was a lot of people screaming in the background. So when you wake up, you probably kick Allegra a bit.
That not just the ambient noise here?
Doesn't help, that's for certain.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to wake up and kind of freak out and shove her off me.
How rude.
I'll groan
No
and
homo.
start to wake up as well.
Oh. Sorry, Allegra. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Well, that's fine. That hurts less than my head right now. That's perfectly fine.
Can I just reach out and, like, can I heal her? Hang on. To try and get rid of the hangover?
I'll just be 2 seconds.
I'm gonna...
1, 2! Sorry.
I'm gonna heal her. I'm trying to remember how this works. I haven't done it for ages.
Hit the target number and choose how much mana you spend.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I definitely hit the target number. And 1 mana point. So you heal 3 health points.
You know, healing the damage doesn't fix the problem, you know?
Does it not fix it?
She may be, like, afraid of ever touching you again. You need to talk it out.
I was trying to fix the hangover.
Oh,
My issues with personal space are my problem.
That's it, well done.
I mean, Allegra's no stranger to being hit in the mornings. It's fine.
Hit in the mornings by the person slept with.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm alright. Damn.
Through a lot.
Let's just say.
I just realised that playing a mage is the best ever. You can get drunk every night. Dorian Parvis has no problem. Seriously.
If I find out about this later, then
He has some problems.
Lenara is my new best friend.
Twitter wars. Ah, Jesus. Sorry, Ingrid's telling me about something called Twitter wars. I'm trying not to get involved.
Is
Yes.
the hangover any better?
Totes. It just feels like that you should be hungover and you feel guilty because you're not hungover.
Oh wait, who feels guilty? Am I hungover as well?
Anyone
I
who's
assume
just
I
been
would be.
cured of the hangover.
Okay, so I fixed Allegra and I'll fix myself now as well because I don't have time for hangover.
Whatever you did, that was amazing. Thank you.
As you're rising, still misty. There's no sun. It just continues like this. And that's apart from obviously the elves in the group, of which there are 1. There's that same subtle, screechy tinnitus that's just on the edge of your hearing perception, and the sights of everything is just so dull and cloying. It's miserable to wake up to. You don't feel like you've had that much good sleep in comparison. And if you did dream, which you probably didn't much, you are given this feeling of waking up after being pursued all night by some great predator. You also wake up to the shuffling feet of Eliza, who has basically just been waiting for you all to wake up. She's actually sitting facing everyone in your little group. Morning!
Who is this woman?
Oh, well, you're chipper.
And why is she shouting?
She's a lot more fun than the last time we met her.
Well, she seems slightly different, I guess.
Just looks around. Yes, well, the ways will do that. I feel very welcome here. Do you?
Not No.
Great.
No.
We should probably leave then, shouldn't we?
I would love to
Help
leave.
us do that.
Eliza, do you have in mind a way out of here?
She hops up, and you realise that she was actually on her knees for a while. Aha! Yes, but no, but maybe. She turns to face the Tevintens. No, nope, definitely not. Turns back to where the wall goes back up towards the mist. Also no.
That thing in the mist.
Don't interrupt me. Actually, no. What was it? What did you say?
That thing in the mist. Is it something that we can get rid of?
Get rid of? Likely. Bargain with, appease, avoid, fight, possibly.
If we were to eliminate this thing in the mist, would we be able to leave?
Possibly. You see, the fog is here for your benefit.
So that we don't see what's hiding in it? Or
That and more, yes. See, the Fade breaks through here. A long time ago, there was a bit of a skirmish between this and that, him and her, they and it shattered a few things, and then Fade starts dripping in like a damp sink. And certain spirits just decided to copy those who were here before.
it's a spirit then?
Yes.
Or a demon?
Same. So, how would you like to go for a stroll?
All of us?
All of us. Well, everyone here. Too many, and it might not work. Also, if we fail, then only so many of us die. They could.
I say we stick together.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like all of us. She kind of waves her hand around the whole encampment.
Our group.
All of us.
Okay. Where are we going for this stroll?
That way. Wait. That way.
Into the mist.
Yes.
Oh, Maker.
He's not here.
Obviously not.
I'm going to stand up and just kind of pat Legger on the shoulder.
Aw.
And then, move towards Eliza and kind of give a let's go then gesture.
I guess we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm behind Lenara.
Oh, wait. First, I'm going to take that greater healing potion out of Bryn's chest, and then I'm going to go with Eliza. As an afterthought, I will run back and grab it.
Yeah.
Are we definitely planning on fighting this? Because I should maybe get some armor. Maybe. I don't want to die.
Take a quick stop around.
Totally. Yeah, sure, go for it. I think this is a great opportunity for you to really up your game, you know?
Do you have weapons, either of you?
It's going to be great.
I don't fight.
You have a sword.
I have a sword. So.
More of a
And I.
letter opener.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Are you sure we're bringing those two?
I can help.
Oh, you were a good
Scare him
distraction
away with
last time, I
words.
suppose.
I just.
You
The
underestimate
last
everyone
time
who
I got
isn't the
stabbed
same
a
as you.
couple of times. So I've changed my opinion on wearing armor worn by other people. Because the stabbing was quite painful. So.
It is important
Well,
that they
for
come.
once I agree with her.
It is important that they come with us. It
Yes,
would be
see?
very cruel to deny them the wonders of Kalajita.
Of
That
what?
would
What?
You what now?
Kalajitilis.
It's a type of
Okay, that's not the thing.
Kalajitilis.
It's a type of soup. Oh, it's,
Banal hala.
Okay, let's stop getting her to do that.
Is Eliza Dalish, did she have Valacine?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
There's no markings to be seen.
But what armor did we get?
Also, when she utters the words, where are we? Karajitis, and she says, Banal Hala, there is this very chill wind that breezes past you all, and you get this sudden sensation that something somewhere has stirred that should not.
Need to put on a cardigan.
Oh dear. Let's definitely make her stop doing that.
Does anyone know Ancient Elvish here, by the way?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Or at least maybe Dalish Elvish?
Nope.
Nope.
You've got 2 scholars here.
I
speak.
law.
Same. And I speak ancient Tevene.
Ancient Tevinten. Interesting.
Ancient Tevine's the only Tevene.
Cool. We can wait until later for that then. Good. Anyways, so someone needs armor. Does anyone else want to try and pick up anything else?
I'm going to make sure Bryn's chest is locked again, or closed, and just sort of put it near Neris.
Aww.
Back into her keeping.
Neris is still asleep, and she's shivering in her bed. As you put the thing next to her, she starts muttering about something with 6 green eyes and a pelt of white.
I would pat her, but given the reaction last time, I'll just be like, okay, leave it to it.
She put the blanket over her head, and she just suddenly goes berserk mode. Planned action. Cool. So, Chi-Chi, you want some armor?
Yeah.
You know where you go over to the quartermaster, I assume?
Yes.
We can point her in the right direction.
Yes. The current quartermaster is a rather tall and thin, swarthy-looking person who sees you coming over. He's checking over some lists and trying to look very important. Hello. I have not believed we have met. No. Huh? No. We have not met. I would remember such a face.
Not met. Oh,
tell me something. I have to inquire. How is it possible that you are so beautiful?
Ugh.
And that's how it's done. That's how it's done, Imogen. Yeah.
Well.
No, it's fine. You do not need to tell me your secrets. You are here for a reason.
Do you have any armor?
Armor, but of course. But why should you need armor? Is anyone trying to attack? I will attack
Just
him
in
immediately.
case.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather not wear it, but I think it's just a bit safer to have some.
Safer, but definitely not elegant. Are we looking for the light leather kind? Something a bit more robust?
I don't know what ones I can wear.
What type of a character are you? You're a rogue, right?
Yes.
Well, classy. You're rogue, so that'll be leather armor. Yes,
leather.
okay.
So leather armor.
We are the rogue party.
You are the rogue party! Okay, so after he disappears for a second, and you can't. You notice that he goes into a pile of bodies with a white sheet over. Talks with the corpse master, who's the woman who goes around with a cart taking all of the useful equipment or the loot off the dead bodies. We've all done it. Shut up. And he starts helping her, yanking a leather vest off a dead, looks like a dead boy of some like 16 or 17 years who's missing the top of his head, and then just pull it off. Before dusting it off, gets a cloth which has still got a bit of blood in it, dabs it down, and then like throws it over his shoulder because it's quite heavy, and then comes over. You're just in luck. Something has just appeared. And then slaps
I
this.
saw it.
What?
I saw it appear.
Yes, it's just suddenly appeared on the shelves.
Does this quartermaster have a name? Because I like him.
Are you there? Do you want to?
Well, I assume we will walk with her.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you
Right.
replacing the old quartermaster then?
Sadly, yes. He ironically died from drinking.
Drinking Alcohol or something else?
Something he thought was alcohol, but it turns out he was wrong.
Uh-huh. And I've not really seen you before. What's your name?
Please excuse me. I am very, very impolite. My name is, of course, Andrin. With an A, not an E. That is dwarvish. Andrin.
Andrin.
Like Andrex.
I believe I said Andrin. I must please excuse if my common trade is not my first language.
No, please excuse her.
But why? She seems perfect in every way. He kind of suddenly sidles up to you as you're...
You haven't spent much time around her.
Alas, as much as I would love to, my duties hold me here. Hold me down and prevent me from actually doing what I wish, what I want, what I need. But enough about me. Okay, he kind of like suddenly appears from behind the desk, the counter which he's got.
I don't understand. What does he need?
Best leave it.
I got a song that comes with this character. Hold on. No, I'm kidding. So, obviously, currency is utterly worthless. So, please take this as a gift from me to you, with a blessing. I hope you return one day and remember what I have done for you here.
Thank you. I wouldn't have paid for someone's armor anyway, but fine. Thank you.
That is cold, but okay. Who am I to judge?
I saw you grab it off a corpse. I'm not paying. I do appreciate it. So
I could go and inquire whether he still wants it, but we need to decide upon what silence means.
Andrin, you've been very, very kind. Thank you.
Yes.
We should probably be going now.
Gigi.
Yes.
Are you really going to bed?
Just been keeping an eye on Eliza to make sure she's not like wandering off somewhere.
Bridget, don't you think you should get some corpse armor too?
Don't insult me.
I'm merely concerned for your welfare.
Was I hurt last time? No, I wasn't. When I'm hurt, then I'll get armor, okay? So
only because you ran away.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying. Stay still! I'm trying to hurt you. No! But she has a name now. You are, of course, Chichi. Huh?
Yes.
I will try to remember this name always. Or at least until I am dead, which is probably going to be a shorter time.
Well,
fingers crossed we keep you around a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan to keep you around.
Oh, God. Did you say that? Oh, no. Okay. So he materializes more or less next to Maria and just bumps shoulders with her. I was like, but of course, you know I will do my very best to survive for you.
Now that's what I like to hear.
Oh, this one. She understands my heart. I just have to note down that I've actually just made up an NPC on the spot, and people wanted to hang around.
Well,
quick, make notes on him.
Do you want to know what I'm writing?
Yeah.
Let me see. Andrin, spelled Andryn, because Dalish, and Puss in Boots, Zevran's corny cousin.
There we have it.
Quartermaster extraordinaire. And has a fleeting crush on just about anything with long hair.
Damn it.
Not fussy.
I like it more and more.
I'm gonna have to come up with a backstory for this guy and everything. I should probably just get people watching the game to come up with a backstory for him. That'd be fun, right?
Guys, right, 100.
I'm just gonna see on the chat in about 5 seconds people saying no.
Does that mean it's Anfic?
God, would
You should have expected this, Dargan.
Oh, my fingers taste of plant. Very well. You have now got Ochichi. You have You actually have a set of light leather armor, which smells faintly of failure because of the small gash around here, which is slightly stained in crimson. Otherwise, it's a good set.
It looks good on you.
Well, I'm cured.
Sweet. Awesome. It's 9 o'clock. I'm just going to take a quick toilet break. And I invite you all to do the same. And then we can take the long journey that way.
Into the up.
Into the
yes.
Into the mist.
Friends that pee together succeed together.
I just want to add that while this has been going on, my guinea pigs have been alternately napping and chasing each other. And it's been very distracting.
Lily's still here.
Can we call them Nugs from now on and then refer to them as Nugs?
My nugs.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, here we go. Okay. We do. Where are we? Yes, I've just got a reply from the chat regarding that NPC.
I
Andrew.
just can't find the chat. What's that channel called again?
I hate you so hard right now. It says, don't we have enough with helping out Ronnie? Ronnie. You know what? I forgot about Ronnie. I read the day I asked people to name a character. Ronnie,
Poor
of
Ronnie.
course. It's with one N as well, so it's a short vowel, so it'll be Roni. Greta says he got kicked out of his clan because he used all of their collective finances on romance novels. Now he is traveling around looking for inspiration for the one he says he will write. That's amazing. He could be like a romance novelist who's like in direct competition to Varric.
I love it. Oh my god, he worked hard in Hightown too.
Yes.
That would be amazing. That's
He's
plagiarist.
been writing hard in Hightown fan fiction on the side while he prepares to write his own novel.
There is a Hightown fan fiction. There's one that's actually in canon that Varric's chasing up in Inquisition.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Got spelling
It's hard in Hightown too. He refers to the hack and wrote that one.
That's amazing. Anyway, I'm going to go pee before I explode in a shower of urine. And then I will be back. So take the opportunity to get a drink.
Is that like get a real drink or not? Because they're cats.
It's you're an adult. Remy's asleep. Do what you like.
Ooh, the power.
I know.
BRB, babies.
I am literally the enabler, or at least the person. What? I might be inspired myself. Oh, wow.
And it basically starts with the skin. What the fuck? What's this? And then it's, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I promise there is a story to this. A funny story. It's basically Makoto's little sister.
Oh my god, the chat's actually been active.
Took a photo of his butt when he was fitting on his channel. That's how it starts, and it becomes like Buttgate.
Buttgate.
Yeah. It's hilarious. it.
Oh my.
I have a nug.
Oh, you want to meet Lily?
Oh, that's gonna be.
It's pet time.
No, don't eat me. Stop it.
Oh, so cute.
Say hello to the people, Lily.
I left the cage open and the other one's escaped.
Oh
no!
I should have known.
Nug's on the run.
Oh my god, what a thing to come back to.
It's animal time.
Wait, did you show Lily the guinea pig?
Yeah.
Yes.
And now she's going crazy.
No, she's happy.
This is Lily normally. This
Yeah,
is what she's like all the time.
This is her chill.
Come on. Get back in. I can't leave you on the carpet because I'll get told off.
Oh god, I turned into that guy. Ah!
So, Bridget now has a canon crush on Gigi, but only vocalizes it when she's hella drunk.
Is that like that's like real life though, right? I mean, I've seen you drunk, Imogen. That's
okay. The
That's-
nugs are rounded up.
I have a sober crush on everyone and expect it at all times.
for the record, everyone. By the way, I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When Imogen acts in character like she's drunk, she's actually method acting, because I swear to God, this is exactly how she is. The one time I saw her drunk at the Fox, she was like, Rick. And I said, yes, Imogen. Yes. What is it? How did you get so beautiful?
You're just that non-drunk as well. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
That's a disgustingly good impression.
I have been practicing, you know. That'll replace you one day.
How did you get so talented?
Practice. Okay, so
Act 2.
everyone back?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. My details.
Getting ready to act up.
Great. Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Super duper, yes.
No, I'm going to be super serious.
Are we all?
super serial.
Seriously. So I'm not going to make you roll for that silly kind of shifting from one plane to another again. You managed to get the hang of it this time. And you realize that Elisa is with you?
While I was exploring, can I just check around the circuit, other than where the bridge is, did like the walls go up all around us, or was it sort of plain at the edge?
It would seem to be a plane at the edge.
Okay.
Invisible walls.
So we go back to our wall then.
Yes. Although it's hard to get a grip of how everything seems to the horizon, mainly because, well, it's the Crossroads, so there isn't a horizon. Plus, there's fog everywhere. So
in the bit where the camp was the fog somewhat clearer? Because I remember you saying last time that we couldn't really see like 10 feet in front of us.
Yeah, pretty much. Around the camp itself, however, it seemed to thin out.
Okay.
As if it wasn't required. However, when you step back across this this gravatic curvature, it suddenly gets thicker again, and you can't see anywhere in front of you, like 10 feet. Like I said.
Oh, good! I missed this.
It missed you. Oh yes. Eliza stops and points in a direction. That way.
I know it doesn't help much, but can I light up my staff again?
Anna. Yes, you can. You can light your staff up. Also, Anna just wrote, I missed this. You think I'm letting you get away with that?
Incorrigible.
Oh, hell no.
I'm not sure. Are we the only people who can see the chat? That can't be seen in the live bit.
I don't honestly know. Actually, that's a good question.
Only the people in the hangout can see the chat unless you enable it as a broadcaster, I think. I'm not sure if you can, but as far as I know, it's only the people in the hangout.
Oh well. I know nothing about Google Hangouts.
It was used a lot for the other campaign that I was. We were so many players.
Anyway, puns aside.
Let's see. Quick summary by people, because Snoodog, hi Snoodog, just arrived, also known as Ween Rose for anyone on Instagram.
Ooh.
She's an artist.
That art, I love your work. I've been admiring your drawings on Instagram.
That line work is so good.
I need to find this art.
Check it out. Ween Rose, Wein Rose. But yeah, the summary so far is they got drunk. And Rick got annoyed as they wouldn't go the way he wanted the story to go.
I'm sorry, but if you provide us with alcohol, we're going to drink
it. Yeah, I figured that in real life, but not in a goddamn fictional.
It always happens.
Most of
after everything that we've been through, I think we were justified in pausing for a little bit of alcohol.
By the way, someone still got the alcohol with them. First
Who had it last?
I think I was the last person to have it. So yes.
How much is left?
Oh, about a good 3/4. This stuff is lethal.
It's for another day.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I've stuck it in the bag.
Oh, no, you know what we could do?
If
push comes to shove, somebody who has a really good aim could throw it at the mist monster, and then a mage could set it on fire. That would be a very good idea.
We're not throwing this alcohol.
If it's our lives or the alcohol.
I can set things on fire without the aid of flammable materials. It's fine.
Yes, but it would go boom.
She can make things boom without it.
Yeah, she can make things go boom anyway. I'm not wasting good alcohol.
Okay, I'm sure I'm really underestimating the talents of our resident mage.
Yes.
I'm going to walk a bit faster to move further away from Bridget.
As you do, you start hearing a... Do you hear that, by the way? That's really stupid of me to hit the table. And
we can hear that.
Heavy thudding in the distance.
Ahead.
It's actually hard to tell. It's echoing in the mist.
Great!
Oh, Maker, here we go.
I just also woke up ahead with Lenara.
Yep. Joining her.
I'm not scared because it just sounds like Gigi coming down the stairs.
Shots fired. As you're, who's in front of this line of yours, by the way?
Me and Maria.
Cool.
I'm close behind with my sword.
Was Eliza leading or would we overtaken her?
She's actually letting you guys stay in front. She's not stupid. But, Marty,
we are though.
Yes. Would you mind rolling a perception check, please?
Both of us.
Oh, I got 2 5s.
Yes.
Both are rolled 3.
12. Wait, is hearing involved with this?
No.
What about searching? I mean, we are searching.
Seeing only.
Okay, so 12.
Awesome. You both got 12?
I got 11.
Oof, just in. Cool. You actually just stop at the edge of where the floor essentially, all these like really beautifully carved tiles sitting on this earth, this soil ground. It suddenly just stops, and even as you reach the edge, you just whoa, Christ, and stop, and then all of the bits of the ground that you stop on chip away and fall as if it's very slowly decaying.
Just put out a hand to the people behind us.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
I'm going to take like 3 steps away from the edge.
The mist in front of you past parts, so you can actually see a ledge on the other side leading on. Before you know it, Eliza's just between you two, just leaning on a cane. I wasn't here last time.
Are you sure we've come the same way?
Yes.
Don't doubt the nice elven lady who seems to know what she's talking about.
Nobody asked you, Richard.
So what do
I'm
we
going
do
to get
now
out
then?
my notes.
So what was here last time?
She stomps on the floor. More of this, darling. More of this.
Okay.
Going to have to build a bridge or something, I guess.
Maybe Lenara should build a bridge and get over it.
She turns around to you and grabs your coat or whatever it is you're wearing here, and just like almost like a really annoying child pulls it and goes, "That's genius!" Turns around to Lenara and then does the same to her. "You're going to build a bridge!"
I'm afraid that I can't.
Oh, what a disappointment.
Oh, no. I'm afraid that you can. But
What?
this is an elastic band on a stick, by the way. I just found it, and it's like. Anyway, get away with that. As she's talking to you, you keep hearing this thud, getting slowly closer. It's louder.
From behind us.
Yes. I explained that we were in the Crossroads, but because of an old fight that was here, there is Fade in here, yes?
Yes,
And you're a mage, yes?
I am.
And you're an elf mage, yes?
Yes.
Pick up what she's putting down.
Is that anything like the magics you can do?
Oh, no. It's just having a good imagination or a good memory. Ha! For example, she raises her hand and writes suddenly, kind of like just hovering over the space between where the edge is, and just a few meters away from you, there is suddenly this shop, this circular shop with a roof and a door, and she walks up to the door and opens it, and inside it's a flipping potion shop with a huge hole cut out the back. Don't touch anything. It's not real. She goes to the side.
This is...
Okay, I'm going to sit down right on the edge.
Uh-huh.
And picking up what she's been putting down.
Yep.
I'm going to I don't know, envision a bridge. One of the bridges that I would have seen all the time in Tevinten. Just a normal bridge spanning the chasm.
Oh,
and I'm going to concentrate really, really hard.
Cool. Roll let me see. Willpower. Concentration would be self-discipline, I believe.
I have a focus in that.
Oh.
Thanks to my background.
Yay!
Which is good because I didn't roll very well. 12. Yeah.
Awesome. It's a bit of a shitty bridge. You're basically you closing your eyes, and when you open them, there is one particular component of that particular bridge. Some memory that you've had on it, be it a particular view that you've seen from it, or when you were actually allowed to walk along it, when you saw someone who smiled at you from across the street, some small element of memory has managed to create or coalesce this object hovering over this chasm. The downside is, because you rolled not so high, it's not very big. It's not the whole bridge. In fact, it's barely anything. But it's solid to the touch. And to everyone else, what they saw was a bridge appear. wasn't any like ceremonial magic. It just was there, and in their heads, it's like it was always there.
I do believe in fairies.
But they don't
I
believe
do
in
believe
you.
in bridges. I do. I do.
After a few seconds, Eliza pops her head out of her shop, which is also hovering over the chasm. That's it, dearie. Although bridges is cheating. Also really hard. You have to use memories, things you've seen, things you've done. Then she goes back inside. You can hear her rummaging around for something.
Instead of... Okay, I'm going to go onto the bridge, and I'm going to tentatively start walking across it to the point where it stops.
Yep.
And instead of more bridge, I'm going to try again, but I'm going to picture the floor from the Magister's house.
Why is this floor important to you?
Because I'm very, very familiar with the floor in the atrium, because I walked across it every single day.
Uh-huh.
And that's the part of the house where I was first dragged in.
Uh-huh.
And it's where she enjoyed punishing her slaves so that everyone could see. So it's a room I'm very, very familiar with.
Awesome.
The
Roll
bridge
another
is,
check for me.
to us, it's like we just didn't see it appear. We just thought it was always there.
Yeah, like the sensation that it's not unusual that it's there. It's a really contradicting thought in your head, and it kind of makes you feel a bit sick.
Okay.
I've always been at war with Eurasia.
18.
Nice! This time, you're actually hit by a wave of something as something coalesces and is just there. But it isn't alone. In front, or rather, behind this bridge, connected to it very precariously, is this hallway corridor without the walls. It's just simply the floors. Black and white mosaic tiles which have been carved into dragons' heads going in and out of each other along the floor. There are also things like coat racks and stands and even a place to scrape the mud off your boots. But it's not just that. This actually goes for quite a bit. But as the thing is there and as you get closer to it, if you do cross it, that is,
I would walk onto it.
Yeah.
If
I'm going to go first. I'm going to step off the bridge part and onto the floor.
Sure. Yes, awesome. Impudent girl! Bring her in here and I will introduce her to superiority. You hear a voice echoing from a long time ago. And you hear a little girl crying. And then you hear another female voice. Please, Magister, don't do anything. She didn't mean to. She wasn't even there. Not really.
Can we hear this?
Yes. Think I'm lying? Fine then. You can join her in her punishments. I would take both punishments gladly, Magister. Please. Oh no. No one escapes. Not from this. You must learn to be obedient in all things.
I'm going to keep walking. Just very, very determinedly, not looking left or right, just straight ahead at the other side of as far as I can see in the fog.
There's a sound of a cane of some kind thrashing someone and the disturbing muffled cries of a mother and daughter weeping together.
Can I see Lenara's face?
No.
Okay.
Not from this direction, at least.
Following Lenara's lead and looking over our shoulders.
Yep. Cool. All right. That's it's like a good halfway over the bridge. Eliza is standing back at the back of the bridge, just facing the direction where you hear the thud. You actually hear in the mist a bit of a...
I'm going to fall.
And I'm definitely looking back over my shoulder and back at Eliza, wondering why she's just standing there.
Yep.
Is she still in her shop?
No, she's come out.
Okay.
Just come
Did
out.
she start to follow us over the bridge?
Nope, she's actually waiting at the end of the bridge, waiting for you to probably get to cross or something.
Allegra hasn't stepped out on the bridge yet. She's looking back and forth between the mist behind them and the bridge. Not quite sure what to do.
Can I grab Allegra's hand?
Aww.
Sure.
I have both my swords out, so that's going to be hard.
I'm gesturing back at the ones still at the end of the bridge, like, come on, guys. Unless you want to be left with that.
I'm going to grab Allegra's wrist and just kind of say, come on.
Not
Cool.
Mm.
You
Fine.
I
just fine and walk with her.
You reach the end of Lunara's corridor. Not Lunara's corridor. Yeah, Lunara's corridor. How would you like to construct the next component in this bridge?
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna crouch down and picture the alleyway where I woke up after they'd kind of beaten me up and left me for dead behind the estate.
Yep.
So it's just a dirt floor.
Mm. Meow. Cool. Roll a willpower check.
Oh, yes. Good. Okay.
You got it?
21.
21. Nice. Amazing. So with utter vivid clarity, the next part of the bridge is a very odd cobblestone. It's not cobble per se. It's more a black, very serrated affair of rocks laid out like a cobblestone, but it's not smooth. Rainwater doesn't seem to have eroded it at all. Very typical of Tevinten roads, untouchable by nature. Fuck you, nature. And along the sides of the road is rainwater, just flooding down the sides with a thin trail of crimson blood coming from one particular spot where there is some garbage thrown out, like piles of everything from what looks like animal feces to bags of rotten clothes, soiled materials and such. And there's like a little depression where something small could be, like a person. And you hear... What?
I know we're really busy and we've got places to be, but doesn't anybody else hear that crying? I mean, surely we should do something.
It's interesting that you should say that, actually. On this particular outside street, you hear someone sniffling a whimper and coughing up what sounds like more than just clearing of the throat.
I mean, I know that Lara seems to be wanting to head on, but shouldn't we check? I mean...
There's
nothing
else.
Help, but I just put a hand out on Lenara's shoulder as I'm following her, and I'm familiar with someone casting magic, although I have no idea how it's done. And just pass on a, you've got this.
Just gonna nod and like pat her hand on my shoulder and keep going and ignore Bridget.
Cool.
Like literally, there's still weeping and screaming people. What am I meant to do?
Now you can actually see the other side, and you notice now that the mist is cleared on the other side. What you see is a temple of some kind with great Halla heads coming up on either side. They're not just like moderate statues. These statues are gigantic. They go right up into the limitless sky, and around it is there a ziggurat of black rock, which has been overgrown somewhat with green vines.
I'm gonna keep walking towards that.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to make any more path, or is like this last
Just
part?
one good one, and that's all you need.
I'm just I've taken my sword out in one hand.
I think these people are the most heartless, horrible people I've ever encountered.
Oh God.
Be interesting if Imogen's character was like, after they get out of this mess, like, I'm gonna go home now because you're all horrible people and you're gonna get me killed. So
you're horrible. You leave weeping people in the mists. You don't care about anyone but yourselves, and this is ironic.
Oh, bless her, Tilda. I think you need to explain this scene at some point. But yes, go on. Next, the final roll. What was it?
I haven't done it yet.
Roll.
The last part of the path that I will imagine is just a grassy sort of, when a patch of grass is walked through a lot of times, from the estate where Lenara grew up in the countryside,
Tilda,
not Claudine's.
Did you know they're called desire lines?
I did not know that.
That's true.
One of those then.
Fact of the day.
This is from us country folk. There's like a bit of Somerset Imogen in there, I think. Would you like to walk by desire lines?
Excuse me, I'm Devonian.
Oh dear.
Devonian. Oh, blessed Maker, please don't enslave me with your armies of grass dragons.
15.
15?
Mm.
Awesome. You focus your mind on those green desire lines. And when you open your eyes, it's not quite as you expected. The section is complete. However, it's darkened earth and trodden grass and some trees with no tops to them, just bark going up. The whole scene seems rather ill-constructed. It's like a half memory, like something you don't recognize at all, but yet there it is. In the middle of this section is a tree stump, which has been carved by very, very talented hands to do 1,000 different hallahorns coming out. This must have taken them forever. And as you walk onto it, you hear a woman crying, sounding very familiar to the woman who was in the first scene with the very familiar scene where both you and that woman got whipped for disobedience. Someone you recognize as possibly your mother, but you don't remember her with any vivid memories. This is a long time ago. But this new scene, this new memory which you're seeing, is something you don't recall quite well at all. And as you get closer, you hear 2 babies crying. And someone shouting at her in Elvish. You understand it enough to know that someone is not happy. Someone is not happy at all. And then her saying, "I'm sorry, I didn't realize there were 2. You've ruined everything. You've ruined everything." And then there is lots of screaming from other people you can't see. And then Tevinten voices shouting magical fire spells. The area heats up slightly. Although you can't see any of it, you can hear it all in a strange soundtrack of events. And what?
Walk forward and touch the carving in the middle of the path.
You feel a clenching icy cold on your heart, and the distinct sensation that your scar was made here. You also feel the juddering of your entire form being as if it was being carried away from the scene, and you get reminded of your nightmare the night before.
Gonna snatch my hand back from the stump and very quickly walk off of the memory path thing and onto solid ground.
Before Imogen gets the chance to say it, this has literally been a walk down memory lane. I win! Oh yeah!
I wasn't going to say anything. All these people are horrible.
Now, who's at the back of this bridge?
It will be me and Allegra.
Roll a perception sight, please. I want to see how much details I want to give you.
Ooh. Perception sight. That is 17. No, 18.
18? Sweet. As you turn around, you see something emerge from the mist. and it seems to be made of mist in itself. It's a white, snowy, mist-like pelt. A gigantic wolf, the size of... it's actually, you have no point of reference. This thing is the biggest creature you've ever seen. Not that one. And it's got a couple of eyes on each side of its head, glowing this sickeningly acidic green light as it stomps and then looks down at little tiny Eliza. Eliza, who doesn't seem to be bothered by the whole thing, is shouting at it angrily in Elvish, which you don't understand. I had stuff.
This isn't the party of elves. That's your other group.
One elf, and she doesn't understand a single word of Elvish.
I'm gonna slowly prod Allegra.
I assume I see it as well because I got an 18 as well.
Slowly prod Allegra, yes. However, as the Eliza is talking to this creature, it roars so loud that even Eliza puts her hands on her ears, and then it leaps. It jumps the entire chasm in one go.
Ah.
And
I am in a ready stance with my weapons out already.
Yep. Just because you say it doesn't mean it happens. And then lands with a earth-shattering crunch on the other side, twisting itself around to try and stop you from getting to this this temple in the distance. Roll for initiative, please.
I'm going back.
I'm not prepared for this.
I don't want to think about what we're fighting. Oh, come on!
How was that you were holding? Oh, right.
It's
sure.
a pygmy pup.
It's a pig.
What's initiative under?
Why do I keep getting good rolls when I don't want them?
Dexterity.
Cool.
Yeah, dexterity +2 if you have an initiative focus.
17.
22.
Oh, I got
10.
14.
Damn.
I get good rolls when I don't want them.
Hot
10.
damn.
I got 14.
That's a good one, actually. I should probably write these down. So let's see. Who got 20? No one, of course. I just wanted to check. I forget that we don't have Talan or Thyril here. So who got 22?
Yep.
Mariah.
God damn. Okay, did anyone get higher than that?
No?
No, didn't think so. Anyone get 21? 19? 18?
I don't know about you.
17?
Allegro.
16? Someone said 16 before. Come on.
I said 14.
Right, okay, I'm just stupid. 15? 14?
Yeah.
Which character?
Lenara
Right.
got 14.
Lenara, oh Lenara, you're a bridge builder. Using your memories you can't recall. Grim and dark and barely
Look what she brought us to.
Sorry. 13?
All the nice things.
Me.
Who's me?
Becca. Gigi.
Hips. Nice. Chi-chi. 12?
Try one of 3 names.
11? 10?
Me.
What did you
Bridget.
Bridget. Bridged it. 10? 9?
Yeah.
That's everyone.
That's
then.
everybody.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the other one's me. Okay, cool.
Please stop with the accent. I find it very offensive.
What accent?
You know what you're doing.
I really don't. I actually don't have an accent.
You were putting on your Somerset accent again.
Do you want to hear my Somerset accent? Because I can really go with it if you like. Just really put it on, like lay it on thick, yeah. Actually, I just lost it a bit there. Sorry. Would you like to look at mine Irish? Yes. Listen.
Don't be ridiculous.
I don't know what you're talking about.
With the
DM. She's picked her last fight, she has. Oh, really? I think my accent's traveled more than I have. You gads, man. I'm sorry, what? Damn it, sorry. Greta's just trash talking at the moment. You are fighting Fen Harel, no pressure there. But at this point, he is at Skyhold trying to not get down Ida's pants. True story.
Sounds legit.
And since Ida has like washed her hands of any kind of interest in making an appearance on this show, which is fine and fair enough, but now Lavellin is mine to play with.
She just looks like Ida.
She just happened. It's just completely, you know. I've heard that a lot of people look like Ida.
True.
God, she's gonna get me later.
She's going to mention. Let's not mention the M word.
Matter.
The Game of Thrones M look-alike.
Have you ever thought about playing Claptrap? You look a lot like Claptrap. What? Cosplay Claptrap. Right, I have got my book.
So this wolf, are we talking like monster size or wolf size?
It's about the size of a T-Rex.
Yeah.
What? Damn.
What?
Oh dear.
Son. Oh my god, this is going to be so bad.
We're gonna die.
We're gonna die.
The T-Rex is the same size as ours.
I'm sorry. What?
A Ferelden T-Rex is the same size as IRL T-Rexes.
Can anyone translate?
A Ferelden T-Rex is the same size as a T-Rex in real life.
You know, I'm trying to give you like a.
Anyway, moving on.
Fine. You know what? You want to go for like a point of reference? It's as big as a dragon.
Okay.
Damn it.
I'll bring my grass dragon to the fight.
It fires desire lines.
Nearby.
Oh god. We must navigate the labyrinth of desire lines.
Excuse me, it fires pollen.
Better hope that Fenrir has hay fever then.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to change Elijah's name to Allergy. What? Right, okay, so first up, Mariah, where are you on this bridge? Were you at the back?
I was next to Lenara.
Yeah, we're front and center.
You're at the front.
Yes. So even as you look like you're home free, your feet are on the other side, and this white mist-like entity just slams into the floor to your right before pivoting on the spot and looks down at you with these eerie triple eyes on either side. Its mouth is opened, and inside comes this frothing steam cloud of just sheer "I'm gonna eat your face." It's a demonstration.
Thank you. I needed that.
You did?
Oh, Jesus.
What do you do?
I do not run at it and attack it because that would just be a terrible idea. Eliza? I don't want to take my eyes off it, but take a couple of steps back and shout out to Eliza. Just calling out to her like, do you have any pointers?
She's running across the bridge from the other side, and she's trying to shout something. You can't make it out just yet.
Okay.
Actually, do a perception check. Hearing.
Hearing, I don't have.
And whoever's like closest to her gets a +2 bonus on top of any focuses.
Closest to Eliza.
Yeah, because she's running from the other side of the bridge. Good
God,
we all roll?
I'm with 4 on. Good God.
I'm next to Maria, but can I, having heard what she shouted, can I see if I can hear what Eliza's saying as well?
Yes. Just
Yeah, do
everyone
we
can
all
it.
roll?
Yes.
12.
13 for me.
19.
You got 19.
Allegra.
God damn, Allegra.
You're
You're
back at the back.
I was at the back, and my focus is R. Very good.
I needed the 19. And I'm also going to put my guard up, just add defense.
cool. Lenara is sorry, not Lenara. Eliza is screaming something that makes really little sense. She's basically saying, "Remind it of what it did. Tell it all it did to the Dalish people. Tell them how bad it got."
None of us could help with that anyway.
Could we not try our cultural? I have cultural, religious, and historical law. Would any of that be helpful?
Well, not unless someone passes it on. I mean, the only person I heard so far is Allegra.
True.
Okay.
Yeah, if we find it.
Yeah, Chi-Chi pulls out a book and you're like, "All right, bitches.
Well,
this is the right time."
You make no sense.
But Maria, do you want to do anything?
I'm just checking what actions I can do that aren't attack.
You do all sorts. Defense, all-out defense is helpful. However, I would actually recommend you prep an action. What that means is your minor preps a major action, which you can use to jump ahead of someone. So as soon as, like, for example, you get a piece of information, you can act on it.
So like holding your turn.
Exactly.
Yeah. Basically do that, and I'm gonna hold my turn to. I'm not gonna prepare to attack. Just
I'm looking
defend.
I'm looking at the stats of this thing, and I'm thinking, all right. Cool. All right, cool. So you're going to go all defense. Next up is the creature. It looks down at you both. Its mouth slavering. And then it does a roar. Ba-ba-ba. You could all roll willpower courage.
Oh shit. God.
Oh.
Fuck. I rolled a 2.
Oh my god.
2 ones.
That is just shit.
Me too.
7.
Oh wow.
15.
9.
Wow.
14 after a -2.
Jesus,
This
you
I
guys-
roll well on. What the shit?
With a ear-splitting screech, like a wolfish howl, all of you end up dropping your weapons and putting your hands on your ears as the sheer belting power of this sound sends your
All
mind
of us?
reeling.
What
Everyone
was
in
the pass point?
23.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You now get -2 to your defense, to your speed and attack rolls until the end of the
Oh, God.
end of the encounter.
That the whole thing. Oh my god.
However, you can try and steal yourself each turn by doing a minor action trying to pass a willpower courage check again. So you can't get out of it. But at the moment, you are wearing your shitting pants.
Okay. Great.
Oh yeah. Cool. Next up is ding 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 ding. Allegra.
I was already not in a good place, and now this.
I think it really grows character.
Can I try to steal myself?
Yes, you do as a minor action. Maybe you got a minor and a major. So for your minor action, just roll willpower courage.
And can I try to pick up my weapons again after that?
Yeah, sure.
11. That's not going to happen.
Nope, not this turn. So what would you like to do with your major action?
Picking up my weapons and just stealing myself.
Remember that the information you've gotten given hasn't been heard by the rest of the group.
Okay, I'll pass that on as well.
How do you phrase it?
She doesn't make any sense. She tells it to remind it of what it did. It's the Dalish? I don't get it.
Yeah, I know.
Can
Awesome.
I roll cultural law?
Not right now, but when it's your turn, you can. Yeah. Funnily enough, it's not your turn next.
No.
Lanara.
Yeah. I'm having a bad day. I'm going to cast Fist of the Maker at Fenrir.
I see your Fenrir and I raise you the Maker.
Okay, I hit the target number, so I got 17 and the target number's 15. I've never used this.
That's fine. Did you get a double?
No, I didn't.
Oh, lame. So you passed the target number. What's the defense test?
It's Constitution versus my spell power, which I'm sure it will pass. My spell power is not going to be enough. It's 14.
14? Yeah, it passes. So what does it take instead?
Okay, hang on. I'm trying to find the actual spell somewhere. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's knocked prone and it doesn't take any damage because it passed the test.
It can't be knocked prone.
Then nothing happens.
Nope.
Gosh dang it.
Yes. Your spell, after you launch it out of the wave of fury, smashes against the giant wolf's face, knocking all the mist away for a second, revealing this grisly skeletal structure underneath. And then the mist-like pelt recedes back into place. You just pissed it off. That's exactly the sound it makes.
I always knew
It's
it.
just mocking us now.
Chi, you're up.
Oh wait, hang on. With my movement,
Yeah.
can I try and move away from the edge and like round the side a bit more, so I'm not just standing right on the edge of the
That is a
chasm?
good move. Well done. Chi.
Sorry, I'll mute myself.
Right. So can I try that steal yourself thing?
Yes. It's a willpower, courage focus.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I don't have any courage.
I scared myself today.
12. So no. So I'm good. We know now that what we were told about the Dalish thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've forgotten words. Can I try and say? Do I know what it might be? I've got a lot of different laws.
Well, you heard it getting called the Dreadwolf.
Well, I've got cultural and religious and historical.
So in that case, that's all cunning, isn't it? So just roll a cunning check. Did you say you wanted to steal yourself first?
Yeah, but I failed that. I did it. That didn't go well.
Did you get like 9 or something?
I got 12.
Oh, so close. But yeah, go on. Roll your cultural thing. I'm going to attack it with culture.
Yes. I got a double 6.
Double 6? Nice. What was the total though?
Just adding that now. So
Carry
the other one I got was a 1. But then
23. Pi plus integer.
18
Out.
plus.
Wait, hold on. More?
Wait, what? I'm confused.
No, that's
So
fine. That's fine. Sorry, I just noticed that Tilda's a Slytherin.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
yes.
the cat does not like that.
9.
It can sense your evil. 18's more than enough. Basically,
89.
you actually remember a few references to the Dreadwolf Fenrir. It's a Dalish god, a trickster god, which is largely regarded as a good thing and a bad thing. It has a rather ambivalent and bipolar relationship to the Dalish culture. They both fear him and respect him. One thing that has somewhat been hinted at in some interesting theses at the. You were the one from Ferelden, right?
Oh,
Ferelden's
from
not
Orlais.
you.
I'm
Orlais.
from Ferelden.
Oh, so typical. The Orlesian University does suggest in some theses that it has been the one which basically took down the other Elvish gods through trickery, and maybe associated with the downfall of the Elvish Empire of old. It's not been proven, but it's definitely one of the theories. So the comment of tell him what the Dalish suffered could very well be something to do with that. Perhaps telling the wolf how bad the Dalish had it is what Enya means. Is that Enya? No, sail away, sail away. Yeah, Elia.
Okay.
Eliza. That was a Hamilton reference.
It was.
I was about to say it, but I didn't.
Never.
Right, what do I say?
Well, everyone else
I
heard
feel
what
like
I said.
as an Orlesian, yeah. As an Orlesian, I feel I'm not the best one for this. Just like, oh yeah, but actually, I'll just like, yeah, we kind of took over everything.
You're the only one that knows.
It's all your fault. Yeah, we kind of overtook the Dales. Didn't we?
Yeah.
Is that what the Orlesians did? Yeah.
Yep, you annihilated them at Halam Shiral after
Yeah. Just
Basically,
mention that. Just like, yeah. So, Dreadwolf. I know you. Well, I think you took down the other gods. So it's basically in the long run all your fault that the Orlesians destroyed the elves. So yeah,
I totally get him.
So you're telling this giant avatar of Fenharal that
just
you're
said remind
Elysian,
him what it did.
and that's the Elysian
did I
people
say that?
ravaged Halam
I didn't
Shiral.
say I was Orlesian. I haven't said I was Orlesian.
You smell like jellied eels and
I mean,
wine.
I'm wearing a mask and I probably look very Orlesian, but still, I didn't say it.
If it looks like an Elysian and it smells like an Elysian, nah, I'm kidding. Yeah, I identify as that. But yeah, cool. That's what you say.
And then I probably run away a bit. I'm like, okay, I'll sit it out. Run away.
Oh, cool. All right. The wolf turns to face you as you're shouting these words, and it seems to bow its head slightly, and then starts to growl. And
this is when I'm running away.
Yeah. But there's no visible damage, but it seems to be definitely affected by it. Next up is Brigid.
Oh god.
Smartest person.
Bring it, Brigid.
I remember a very, very small amount of Elven, because I do have a very small amount of Elven.
in your blood, in your purse, in your knowledge. Well,
in my knowledge.
In your mouth and your knowledge, right?
And I remember a phrase which means pretty much. I think it means, "Why the hell are you here?"
Oh, you're not. Oh, okay.
I think it's something like Garrus Quenathra. Which means, why are you here? Why have you come here, or something?
This from the temple. I haven't watched too many of the Elven parts.
Yeah.
They're very long-winded.
You have to watch them all, so you know very small amounts of Elven.
If you'd like to be lectured to by a walking egg, then yeah, it's great.
Yes, we do.
Would you mind rolling? Let me think. Yeah, there's gonna be communications.
Oh, communication. I have etiquette.
Oh shit.
I can roll etiquette.
If you think that'd be better for you, go for it. That's relevant.
I'm trying to be nice.
Why the hell are you here?
Okay.
Treat it like that.
What you talking about? Shit.
I got a 19 and a double 6 in.
Holy crap. Oh, I can't
I'm
believe
very
that.
good at etiquette.
All right. Yeah, you say those words. The wolf turns to face you. Steps.
Ooh, something with me anymore.
However, he doesn't get a chance to answer yet. We're going to go back to Maria. This wolf's been distracted. It seems to be reacting to what people say. No one's actually physically attacked it yet. At least they've
Except
tried
Attila.
to, but it didn't even notice.
Yeah, I'm paying attention to what they're doing and just sort of retrieve my sword from the ground and draw the other one and just shout out,
Oi.
"Look, you mangy mutt!" Whatever they were saying.
That's just mean. That's like, let's make you feel guilty. No, let's just say it looks ugly.
I just rolled a freaking 19.
I'm pretty confused right
I'm
now.
a mangy mutt.
Undoing all your good work.
It's just like that person when you can like come across with a really great cognate argument, you know, something that is full of verbosity and grandiose polysyllabic words.
Syllabic.
Polysyllabic words, thank you. And then suddenly you hear someone behind you, yeah, bitch! That's just...
Look, you mutt! You know what you did, and you should feel bad.
Oh, you know. Oh, you better know.
You know what you did. And I also activate my death mark thing, which is a plus to damage.
Oh, shit. Interesting. Good to know. Right, it's Fen Haral, or the avatar of Fen Haral's turn. It turns to, first of all, it turns to Imogen, or rather, Brigid. Brigid. And it mutters something in Elvish. Now, can you understand Elvish? Or like ancient Elvish?
Really, really small amount.
Then roll a cunning.
Cunning?
Yeah, it's cunning for cultural lore, I think. I want the knife, please.
Yeah, really, no.
Yeah.
I got 3 1s.
Oh no! Oh no!
Right. Okay. For all intents and purposes, you think he's just said, because I'm hungry.
I worked so hard for that answer.
Right? But then it didn't work. Awesome. However, if anyone else understands Elvish, you all hear it, so you have a chance to understand what that says.
Does Eliza understand it? Because
She's still running towards you, actually. She's just used, she happens to use 2 sprint moves to catch up.
Oh.
Rick, can I write it down? I have a notepad with me.
Yes, phonetically, sure, but
yes.
Yeah, sure. This is what it sounds like. It sounds like he said,
Okay.
Yes. However, it then wheels its head around, and let's see. Oh fudge! Wow, that's What's your defense, Mariah?
My thing from the last action won't still apply, will it? No, because it's the new round. My defense is 13.
It's -2 because you're still terrified and you've not overcome your terror of it. So it's now 11. However, did I just make that? I think I just made that. Jesus Christ, I rolled 3 1s. Cool. All right, yes.
Oh, I thought it was the other way.
No.
And it was a bad for me.
Still hit you. Carry 2. would you care to make some? Would you like to maybe write a will? I'm kidding. It stomps forward and then reaches down and just grabs you in its jaw and picks you up. You feel these icy cold spikes push into your body as it shakes left and right. You feel for a second like your entire body is going to be torn apart before you're like rather unceremoniously cast away from its body, and you take a total of 26 damage. Minus your armor, of course.
Is why we
minus my armor.
Etiquette.
Yeah.
Okay, 24 damage.
There we go.
Fuck's sake.
Cool. That's going to be the turn of Allegra. You're up next. By the way, the death mark still stands.
Yeah.
Well, seeing him attacking Maria, she's going to rush forward and just let loose a war cry and charge him.
Cool. Roll attack. Your charge actually countermands the terror because it's like -2 +2, so whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Roll your attack dice.
He's going to get a -1 on attack rolls next round for the war cry.
Awesome. I haven't seen anyone use war cry before. This is interesting. Oh,
fuck off.
Giggity.
That is 15.
15?
Yes.
Well, this creature is so big, it's not exactly hard to miss. So both your daggers strike true. Did you roll any doubles?
No, did not.
No.
Nej.
Go for damage.
Nej og nej.
Oh, that's...
9 damage.
9 damage.
Does that apply to everyone? My mark.
That's a good question, actually.
It just says all attacks against the target. Doesn't actually say whether it's from me or all attacks.
If it doesn't specify, then it doesn't count. So it's basically from everyone.
Oh,
nice.
What does it do? Add something to...
+1 damage.
Oh,
So how much
10
damage?
All ranged and melee attacks.
Yep. So how much damage did you do?
10 in total then.
Does that include the +1, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, cool. Its hide is hard as nails. Hard as nails, that makes no sense. It's hard like armor, but you managed to find you push your daggers into it, and you feel a rush of hot essence going past you as whatever this thing possibly has as blood is leaking out.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Chichi!
It's me.
Chichi! Wait, no, sorry, it's sorry, my bad. My bad. Lanara, sorry.
Okay, Okay, I'm just gonna... Let's see. Having heard what they were saying, and despite knowing very, very little about Dalish history or anything...
He said aroo-roo-roo.
I'm going to slam my staff on the floor and look at it. And I'm going to say, are you the reason that my people were cast out of the only place they were ever able to call home? Are you the reason that we are now enslaved and mistreated? I think you are.
Oh!
And then, if I have time, I don't know whether I do. Do I have time? I'm going to cast Flame Blast at it.
You know what? You certainly have fucking time for that. Do it!
Nice punctuation of the sentence.
Yeah.
I think you are.
Boom. Literally.
Are you the bitch?
Okay, I'm
that ruined
assuming
my
that
party?
-2 to attacks also counts to target numbers for magic, right?
Well, here's the funny thing. Let's see. Attack rolls. That does not count for magic because you're not doing an attack roll.
Okay.
You're doing a target number.
I got 19, so it would have been fine anyway because my target
Holy
number
shit,
is 12.
Did you get a double?
No.
What is it with you kids?
What the heck?
I'm not good at getting doubles. Okay, right.
Change your god. Start worshipping someone else.
Okay, he takes. Oh, hang on, it's Dex versus my spell power.
I wish I'd sent her out. Where does that put me?
Oh shit! It's dexterity versus your spell power.
Yes.
Is there any focus on that?
Acrobatics.
Yeah, no, I didn't get you spell power.
Okay.
Right. So it's a full-on spell.
Okay, so he
Where,
takes. Do I add my magic to that again? Don't I?
If it says
Or is it? No, I don't. No, I don't.
Some of the earlier level spells don't include magic. It's the same, but it's there for a reason.
Okay. 10 damage.
10 damage, nice. Cool. As the words hit it, and then your flames come out of your staff's edge, you notice that the fire itself goes straight through that mist and burns the skeletal structure underneath. This skeletal structure seems to be made of some sort of grey glass-like construction. It just seems to be replacing what would normally make up a wolf's skeleton. But as the flames hit it, it steams and melts, and the wolf raises its head back and starts howling and moves back a bit. Seems the words make it weaker. That was cool. So now we're allowed to ask Lenara to have a crack.
I
No,
just
Chi-Chi.
God damn it! I need to do it. What the hell was that? Was that a laugh or was that someone strangling a cat?
Yes.
That was probably my giggle snort.
Oh, there's the cat's like, I'm fine, actually. Yes, Chi-Chi. You're up.
Can I?
Like... right, moving on. Sorry, go on. I
feel like I don't really want to attack it with my rapier because I don't think that's going to go well for me. So can I just sort of? I'm going to throw another cultural thing and just lecture it about.
Do you have any books?
What? Throw a book?
Do you have any books? I'm not suggesting anything. Shut up.
I think I have books on me.
I left my bag.
Oh yeah, you did.
Back in the dwarf place, I think. Or did I grab it again?
I could have sworn you grabbed it.
You picked it
I
up.
did grab it. Yeah,
it was.
Fine.
And then we went back through, and then we prepared to go back into the mirror.
It was
So I think we
Indiana
did
Jones.
that stuff.
Then I will have some books.
Now, what's the chance that you have? Roll just 3 dice. We're going to see if you actually have any relevant books on the matter of the fall.
It's in the middle of the battle. Just give me a second.
Yes. Have you not seen The Mummy? It pays off.
6.
You got a 6. Yeah.
Can I not like put my cultural law points on as well?
You don't have anything of worth. You're a fraud. The university hates you. You
so I went on a trip to like an alluvion and brought no relevance.
You weren't expecting to go into the alluvion today. You're just a poor student. That's the problem. You can't afford the more expensive.
I'm not a poor student. I'm Polynesian nobility.
Oh, I feel some snobbery. I said. Emanating from Gigi's general direction. How dare you insist that I'm poor?
Oh, this is the first time I've actually heard her play like an Orlesian character. This like this. How dare you? I'm not a poor student. You go for relevant.
Excuse me, I'm not poor.
Is there anything else you'd like to do before moving on? Because checking a book really isn't that big a deal.
Well, I don't think there's anything else I could do.
You could run over to your colleague and see if she's got anything. Give me your bag!
Bridget, what books do you have? Give me your books.
So you'll be able to help her search her books. This is getting utterly amazing.
I have a plan, actually.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh dear.
She has a plan.
So
Brace yourself.
Words seem to weaken it, and I actually have a specialization, which is the Song of Valor. Which means when I yell insults at people, it gives all y'all a +1 bonus to attack.
Yep.
So I'm going to stand there and in probably very stunted Elvish, I'm going to yell, Dithara Ma, which I believe is a curse, which is just like, may you...
It's listen to me, I think. Or...
Well...
I'm sorry, I don't know Elven.
Ditharamal, and then Darath Shiral, obviously, which means piss off.
Obviously.
And it's butchery, it's complete butchery, because there's a phrase which means, may the dread wolf kill you, like death by the dread wolf.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try and change it by conjugation into death to dread wolf. So I'm just going to turn it to Fenharal Halam, and I'm just going to repeat those 3 sentences. I'm just going to shout them at him and hope that gives me the Song of Valor.
And I've just stolen your book, your like bag. And I'm like, does she have any good books?
I need that. I'm going to let her get that off before that happens, because that's amazing. I like that idea. Yeah, you've got the Song of Valor. What does that require? Anything to activate?
It just says sing the Song of Valor.
Right. It's not a minor action or anything? Or an activate action?
This is all I got.
You are the epitome of awesome. I'm gonna have to get the book out now.
I'm sorry.
I have some idea which page it'll be on.
The race is on.
Somewhere around 67, 70-ish.
The heat is on. The heat is on.
It doesn't really say.
Found it. You can sing the Song of Valor. Right. Starting a song is a major action.
Okay.
On subsequent rounds, you can maintain a song with a free action. So you do a major action now, and then for your next turn, you can start doing other things, but you're still laying into this biatch.
La 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 la, Diracharal.
A Charleston dance kind of thing going on here. It's very 1920s.
Diracharal.
Cool. So you do that.
Yeah.
And you've still got a minor. So would you like to add anything to that?
I should probably be looking at my stuff.
Can I ask Eliza a question?
Sure. She's just actually turning up now.
I know that there's such things as like spirit bindings.
Yes.
Like you can trap a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're called like Elgar Aria or something. They're like spirit traps.
Yeah.
And so I want to know if she knows anything about them.
Okay, cool. Right.
I don't
As
really know anything about
Eliza's
it.
trying to get and 7. Cool. Eliza kind of goes, oh, I am too old for this. Spirit traps? Oh, it's a bit late for them, dearie. Very, very late in the day for spirit traps. Do I look like someone who could do a spirit trap right now?
Well, Lenara might be able to.
Perhaps.
She seems talented.
Perhaps. Cool.
Well,
She
why
actually
didn't you go help her out with that?
She starts making her way over to Lenara. Right, go back to Maria, who you picked
was I
yourself
left?
up off the floor.
Yeah.
You are several yards away from the scene, on your back, looking up, and you've got big gouge marks where the teeth nearly went clean through your armor.
Fine. Can I use the prepare action thingy to try and... What do I roll for that?
You don't roll anything for prepare action. You're just announcing that you're going to do. I'm going to get ready to attack with something.
Not the actual prepare action. The one to try and cancel out his fear.
Oh right, yeah, sure. That's just willpower, courage.
Right. 8.
Yeah, you kind of like just pee yourself a bit. There's no, you're still scared.
Okay.
Like a lot. I'm sorry, but you're a bit of a coward.
I mean, looking at what I'm facing,
Yeah.
and having just been in his mouth.
You know what? I'm on your side. Okay, I am on your side.
Can I charge him then?
Yes.
Melee attack against him. Because I have nothing to say. I don't know what I'm dealing with here.
All I know is how to stab. Yeah, go for it. Remember, if you're approaching it, you could do a backstab as well. So roll a stealth check against its awareness first. I mean, you are out, right?
I am singing insults at it.
Yes.
Plus, don't forget your +1 to attack, Becca.
Yes, I'll remind her. Don't worry. First, though, stealth.
11.
Ooh, let's see. Perception. No, it doesn't notice you. So now you get what is it now? You get +2 to actually hit it, so that cancels out the -2, and you get an extra dice to hurt it.
Okay. So what? I roll 2d6.
Roll. First of all, you got to actually hit it. So roll 3d6 as an attack roll.
Attack.
Add your dexterity and your focus for your blades.
17.
You hit it easily. And now you roll your normal damage plus 1d6. Unless it's an extra d6 because of lethality, which you may have.
I think that's the only plus 1d6.
Right, cool. You also get +2 strength.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. 9 plus strength.
Yep.
Oh, plus my strength. Okay. 9 plus 1 from my mark, 10. And then did I get a +1 from my backstab?
No.
No, that's the d6. Never mind.
Yes.
So yeah, 10.
10. Cool. With all the insults being thrown at it, your dagger's actually find its way through the fog-like pelt, and you chink it against what feels like a crystal of some kind beneath. You can actually feel your sword tip going into it and cracking a bit. Nice. Next up!
I don't... Wait. Do I get a second attack because of... Or do I have to activate to get a second attack?
You got to activate your dual weapon wield stance.
Okay.
Yes.
Next time.
Next time. Yes. Who else was actually... Who's in combat with this thing now?
I am. Allegra.
Allegra. Oh, Allegra.
Remember, he has -1 on attack rolls. It's not going to help, but, you know.
No, not really. Let's see. Oh, right. Stuff's falling over. Let's see. Attack with that. Plus 5. So, how's 14? Does that hit you?
Yeah.
Yes! Awesome. Cool. Cool. This is awesome. Right. You get knocked off your feet as the wolf rears his head left, knocking you clean over your feet, and a big paw slams down on you as you're on your back. No. You're knocked prone and you're pinned in place. and you can feel the claws of the paw like crunching in on you. That's its turn.
Isn't it?
So now the avatar of Fenharal has got Allegra under its paw, and it's now Allegra's turn. Start your turn. You take 11 penetrating damage. You go straight through your armor.
Yep. So that is. There we go.
Now, what you can do as a minor action, try and get out of it by doing a strength test.
Oh god. Yep. I'm gonna have to try. Okay, that's not too bad, I guess. 15?
Nope.
Yeah, figure.
You heave with everything you've got, and you almost can reach a dagger in your waist, but just can't get this thing's weight is incredible. No fat jokes, please. Right, next up is Lanana.
Okay.
You know what you're about, girl?
Completely bullshitting again because I'm still not entirely sure what is going on or what this thing is.
Isn't Eliza running towards her, or has she not made it yet?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, actually. Thank you for reminding me. As you have your turn, Eliza appears by your side, and she puts her hand on your shoulder. You feel this warmth to her touch, and you're no longer afraid. So you lose the -2 to all that bullshit. -2 to defense touch. And yeah, okay, but you feel a new sense of energy, like roaring through you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try and catch its attention.
Cool. How would you like to do that?
How far away from it am I?
Sorry, Anna's just trolling me again. You are literally around 5 or 6 feet. Yards.
Okay.
Sorry, it's all yards.
Okay, yards. Right. I'm going to do things in a different order this time. I'm going to cast...
Yards.
Just an arcane lance. Nice and simple.
Yep.
At it. Which is an attack roll. But oh yeah, I don't have the minus. Do I have to with that one, do I have to roll to hit as if it were an attack roll?
Yes.
Okay.
But you're no longer affected by the fear, so.
And I still add magic.
You do.
12?
That's the hit, is it?
Yeah.
That is the case. You've hit it.
Okay.
It's not very good at dodging. Yeah, roll damage.
Okay. It takes 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage?
Oh wait, no, 7 if we're adding Becca's death mark to it.
You are indeed.
And me?
Oh, was that the attack roll?
That's the attack roll that she
goes. So that would have been 13, but that doesn't
double
matter. No, it's only 1d6. Cool. Oh, for the attack roll?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Too late. Cool. You raise your staff, and an arcane lance spike erupts from it, smashing straight into one of the eyes in Fenharal, the avatar creature's face, causing a black smear across where it should be.
The black spot.
Washed it out. Or do you mean like Treasure Island black spot or
Yeah.
Macbeth black spot?
Treasure Island.
That's so much cooler.
Now
Hey.
that I have his attention,
Yeah,
I'm gonna yell at him again.
go for it.
How dare you attack us? How dare you attack us when you've done enough damage for centuries and centuries? You are despicable.
Would you mind rolling a communications test, please?
I have a focus in deception, if that helps at all.
Well, it depends. Do you think your character believes it? if
I
you were
don't think
told,
she knows what she believes.
Yeah, well, it can't be called deception. Is when you know that it's not true.
Yeah. Okay. $15.
15. Actually, to be fair, deception's when you're not sure, but you want them to believe it. That's still a manipulation. So yeah, you get the +2 to it.
17 then.
Ouch. Cool. Nice. Did you get a bonus, a double, by the way?
No.
Lame.
I haven't rolled a single double.
Your
I
words
did
hit it
for
like
my initiative.
You know when you tried that Fist of the Maker spell before?
Yes.
This time, actually, with your words, it feels like you're casting that spell again. There is this sensation that there's a weight to your words that come out of your mouth and whip straight towards the creature before slamming into him with the force of a hammer. The mist on its head gets blown back, revealing that same crystalline skeletal structure that seems so fragile now. So fragile. And the fires in its eyes dim slightly as it steps backwards, releasing Allegra from under its grasp. There's actually a little bit of cracks on the floor around her. She's like, ah! Cool. Next up is...
Right, can I find any books in Bridget's bag?
There's my diary, but it has a lock on it.
Anna.
I don't think I need to read your diary.
I don't really. I think
Right
it's
now.
going to have to be a roll from Bridget. Actually, do you all roll just a straight natural roll, just 3 dice?
Okay. That is a 9.
9. She has 1 book, which is of relevance. Which,
One book.
which is a guide to the Ferelden alienage of Denerim. It's basically like it's a book they kind of recommend you read before entering such a place, like what type of treatments to take, vaccinations, all kind of nasty things. You know?
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's pretty savage.
Like a travel guide.
Yeah,
Really
it's basically written by a racist.
Excuse me.
Hey, I didn't say you liked the book, but it actually does have a lot of
it.
material in there.
There's
also a copy of Mein Kampf. And,
oh my god!
I'm sorry, I was a cheap one. But yeah, although it's obviously very informative in regards to what's it called, alienage culture, like who's in charge, what the tree means, and all the rest of it. It's kind of like a really sobering reminder of how the Elvish people are treated in the cities.
Okay, well.
So I don't walk in and demand a husband.
No.
So I'm just gonna start from the beginning and just start reading this book.
Speed reading. Oh my god!
To try the books.
It's like,
chapter 1.
Chapter 1. Things to consider when entering the alienage of Denerim. Hark, there, traveller! You may be considering a holiday to the alienage.
No!
This is like Victorian slum tours. That's what it is.
Yep. Glorious. Cool. Do we want to roll communication with what's the public speaking, something like that? I don't.
Performance, I guess.
Clear speaking.
I have talk to groups, orator.
Oh, please! That's amazing. What does that do exactly?
I don't know.
She doesn't know. You're gonna tag team this thing.
It says I can re-roll my checks against groups.
It's like, excuse me, my brother here says that you called him an idiot. Commence group talking. Actually, you're all idiots.
13, I think. With a double 2.
With a double 2.
Imogen, have you seen the chat?
No.
Greta said, in my head, Imogen's character is a sort of mix between Glinda and Elwood.
Elwoods.
Oh.
Oh my god, yes, I can see
Everybody
that.
put your snaps in the snap cup. I'm sorry, am I on glue? I love Elwoods.
She's great.
She's a
That's,
bubbly.
Who's Elwoods again?
From Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde.
Oh yes, I've seen the musical, but I've heard it. Oh my god, Fenaro. Did you oratory.
Like Solo's got a good surprise.
Oh bless.
If there ever was an epic battle, this one qualifies. Oh my god, guys.
I will accept performance, persuasion, or even deception as
I don't have Jane Austen in my book.
I don't have
Jesus.
any of that.
No one got my joke. That was really
13.
All right, you're just gonna have to roll you got 13 on your roll. Is that what you got, eh? Is that what you got? Oh my god. 9. 9 a bit. Let's see. Oh,
she didn't get a 9.
Great. Wow, focus on this thing is terrible today. Yes, as you start reading, the wolf thing starts to cower and goes on its haunches and reaches down. The fog elements, or the skin or pelt of fog, has just been completely drawn back over its skull, showing this crystallized skull. And with those words, it even more enforces the effect that you're stripping this thing of its defenses, of its confidence, of its conviction. You're also actually showing that the eyes are some sort of crystal glowing in its skull. So, next up is Brigid.
Oh, goodness.
Goodness gracious me.
Well, I'm going to use calligraphy.
What?
Are you going to write it a stern letter?
You have 15 seconds.
You suck in really, really beautiful handwriting.
Great. Check the chat for this if you care.
I don't know. Can I help out with Gigi? And can I try and roll cultural law?
Yes.
With I don't know how the did you know thing works. But just in order to occasionally drop in like, yes, and also.
Yes. If you can picture it, basically, both of you are like, oh, and look, did you know that elves aren't allowed to have more than 2 children in a leaf?
I knew that this...
Cool.
Which should be, if we're on cultural law...
Seriously need to get someone to draw you two as like an Elves Lives Matter type protest thing. That'd be amazing.
So, when you've got a what's the word? Focus in a certain skill.
Yes.
What does that add?
2.
2. Okay. So that should be 19.
Oh shit! What? All right. So.
And I got a double 4 as well.
When there's no reason to use a stunts list, typically the stunt points can be used to identify a overwhelming sense of kickassery. In other words, 19 and the double 4. Okay.
And that's not it.
What?
That's that's not just it. Did you know that also he's such an arsehole because he did this? Look at all these terrible things that happened. Look how terribly they live. Isn't it terrible, Gigi? Gosh, if
So
I caused this, then I'd feel so ashamed of myself.
So, as Gigi is reciting from the book verbatim in a perfect oratory voice, Brigid starts helping out by saying, "Oh, but you missed the best bit here. If you look at this bit here," and it's like, "Have you seen this picture of this very unhappy elf? I would say his next meal is probably not today." Just between the two of them, it's just like you're actually advancing on this creature as you're doing it, filled with the confidence that what you're doing is working, and this gigantic wolf thing is moving back, cowering away from you, whimpering. It's absurd. It's so absurd. Although you do notice...
Do you know what is absurd? The hygiene levels in the alienage in Ferelden. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh my word. So, okay. All right, fair enough. I just rolled some dice and things just happened. The creature finally makes a gigantic whimper and then leaps away from all of you and back across the gully before disappearing into the mist. And that's the end of that combat.
I'm just gonna run over to Legra and help her up.
Yep.
And maybe apply some healing.
Yeah, she's gonna have some like really interesting 2 gigantic scars across her chest there after this, because that was some serious damage you took for that level of character. So here's the interesting fact as well. There is a rather large-looking green jewel on the floor, where a certain arcane lance blew it off the face.
Nice.
Lenara's just going to kind of sit down on the ground and just take some time to process what just happened. Everything that just happened.
Aww. By the way, does anyone want to pick up that jewel? Or anyone going near it? Who's that?
Bridget.
Is anyone else
on the ball with that? Me!
Does anyone else want to try and counter loot?
I was going to, but like when I saw Bridget going for it, like, hang on.
So if you like, both of you roll a run check.
I wouldn't run.
All right, you have minuses on your roll then.
But I'm closer.
Oh man, I nearly gave myself running.
But I only got an 8.
15.
Oh no, 15. You get there first.
Fair enough.
I was closer.
No, but of course, when you get there and you pick up the jewel in your hand, just as you do it,
Going to be a prize.
Bridget suddenly arrives where you were and is all like,
"What's she doing? Why did you run for the jewel? I mean, how poor are you?"
Find us creepers.
I was next to him, so therefore I was next to the jewel.
Yeah, and I made him retreat, so I was next to the jewel. And
we made him.
I probably barely needed to stand up.
But yet you still ran. I mean, okay, you can have it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I just wanted to study it. But if you want it because it's shiny, then go right ahead.
I'm going to reach out for it and, like, touch it gingerly.
I hope she's happy now.
it just for all its purposes, it looks like a really awesome looking jewel. Although this is the Crossroads, so Lord knows what it's going to look like when you take it out. Does anyone have lore? Anything relevant to...
We have a lot of lore between us.
We have a valuation. I can tell you how much it costs.
You do that. Do that.
Wait. Where am I? There we go.
Let me just
give me a second.
Let me just
15.
You got 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, your hands are shaking as you're holding it because you just realize that this is essentially fate touched jade, and it's exceptionally rare. And the last time you heard of it being sold was for 2,200 gold coins.
Okay.
And that was something about half the size. So
Pocket money.
yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I. You know what? I'm going to put back that comment about Mein Kampf in the bag. But yeah, that's if you get it to the right seller. But this is payday.
No, we're giving it to the Elysian University.
Yes, for study.
I just look you in the eye as I stick it in my bag.
The Elysian University might pay some money for it.
If they pay market price, they can probably have it.
I mean, it's not just a jewel. At the end of the day, it's also a material that can be used in the construction of
knowledge.
I'm sorry, Imogen.
Market
Would you want to do
price.
that again? Market price and knowledge. Knowledge price or market. But yeah, this item can actually be used in the making of runes, I should say, or other such things. Although that's going to need to be researched, you have to talk to the right people. Or
I
it
have
could
a
be
research skill.
As do I.
But as you guys are there standing around a rather badly wounded,
Yeah, we're just like ignoring her.
I'm coming back to you now.
excuse you.
Fine.
Eliza gathers up herself and gets everyone's attention. Well, there was that then. I don't think he's going to be bothering us for much longer. Probably go and pick on those those lovely chaps from Tevinten. Oh, that would be a thing, won't it? Anyway, I'm going to go and tell the rest of the boys and girls that they can come and follow us. But she waves her hand towards the big, Hala temple. You should probably go and make sure it's safe, because unsafe is bad. And then turns
That's the
around
direction he just ran in. No, he jumped back over the bridge.
Yes.
Right. Allegra, do you want some healing?
I'm fine for now. Don't waste.
What's a scratch?
You okay?
Just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound. Come back, I'll bite your nose off.
I meant that for me. It's just like bandages. I'm not doing anything that costs me.
Yeah, okay, that's fine then.
Which, if I do it right, is a healing test.
Cool.
Movement, cunning, healing. Ooh. 15. So I need to get 11. So yes.
Cool. Nicely done.
So that was 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, nice.
Heal.
Nice. Anyways, I'm just looking at the time now because the next stage of this adventure is a pretty big deal. So I might actually leave it. Or do you want to continue a bit more?
Depending on what happens, we could investigate towards the temple.
We could do the outside. Hooray! So okay, further up. I don't know if any of you others have heard of this yet, but yeah, Riorai is saying it's getting late, and I do want them to see the end of this. So I will just leave you with this. The image ahead of you is that of a black. Oh, a little bit. I'll do a little bit more. It's fine. It's a black ziggurat with two gigantic, immense statues of Hala on either side. Although now that you're closer, these two Hala, their horns seem twisted in the wrong way. Looking at them too long gives you a headache. They also seem to have one eye as well. And the ziggurat in the center, or rather the squarey pyramid.
I don't know what this represents at all. I love it.
they has what looks like a rather large gate entrance to it. For what you can tell, you're on a little island in an abyss of nothing. And the only thing ahead of you is this. However, you do notice that this place is really defensible.
Oh, great.
So it's better than where you were.
Does it look like there are any sort of traps around the outside for unwary people who were trying to use it and not know?
As far as you can tell.
Okay, so it's not being defended currently.
Not as far as you can tell.
Like, there's any sign of movement? Anyone around? Or inside? Or, like, any windows?
I think we're a bit wary right now.
There are no windows. And as far as you can tell, this place is completely deserted.
Yeah. I know. I thought that too.
There's also lots of Elvish written on the sides of the statues. Anyone care to read it?
Is it very simple Elvish?
It's a dialect that's recognizable, especially the two words that seem to get repeated a lot.
Okay, I'll read that.
Yeah, roll your law check. Cunning.
While they're doing this, I'm going to pick myself up off the floor.
No one seems to give a shit. Even if it's like, I also want to come over and check on me, but it's fine.
I've had my little rest. I'm gonna go over to Allegra and heal her for 3 mana points.
Cool. Yes, what was the law check?
17.
17. A lot of this is gibberish. It's some sort of crazy.
Anna, you heal 13 points.
Thank you. That brings me up.
Gibberish, you were saying?
Yeah, it seems to be a lot of gibberish. Although the words that you seem to keep getting back is Doom of Haren. You don't really familiar what Haren is. You also have Banal Hala, Banal Hala, Banal Hala, which, at least as far as you can tell, it means Void Hala, or the Black Hala.
Okay.
And there's lots of, like, seemingly blessings and warnings about the place.
And I can't pin down what the blessings or warnings are.
No, it's kind of weird. In the same sentence, it's saying this place is amazing and this place is deadly.
Okay. Well, you can be both.
But, yeah.
Is there an obvious entrance, or?
There are 2 gigantic stone doors with engravings of Halahorns. No handles.
And how big is it? Like, could we walk around it and see if there are other ways in?
The ziggurat would take around probably several hours to walk all the way around.
Right.
It is huge.
How far away from it are we?
Just like...
Well, you're a good... Let me think. A good mile, I think.
Oh.
Giving you a sense of scale here, right?
That means the writing must be humongous.
Damn this fade, it makes it so hard to judge distance.
Actually, it probably would. And you're not in the fade, you're in the Crossroads.
I don't know that!
Yes.
I mean, she tried to tell me, but I don't know what's going on.
So are we going there?
Well,
yes,
she did tell us to.
Goodness.
But carefully and warily.
Yes. And I am going to take this next time. Yes. As Riri pointed out, it is getting late and she has to go to bed tomorrow. And Snoodog can watch the beginning bit that she missed when she has the chance.
Very important. Very important drunken time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An accidental spooning.
They spent the first hour of the whole game just getting drunk. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do.
Cool.
First hour of the game getting drunk, second hour of the game just emotional abuse.
By the way, I'll give you a tip. If your characters get so drunk that they all pass out together, you may end up waking up naked next to each other. I don't decide what happened, but you'll never know.
I did.
Sorry.
Well, Allegra sleeps naked, so that would make sense.
I think I just won myself 50 krona. Pay up. Yeah, I was going to say, what level are you guys?
7.
At the moment.
Yeah, you go up 2 levels.
Woo!
You just survived an
Lovely
encounter.
page.
You just survived an encounter with the shadow of Venatori. It's not dead, of course, and it will remember you.
Awesome.
I
will
would have
remember
called him a
this.
mutt.
Yeah. If you
I
managed to
suspect
actually
him.
have killed it, then you would have gotten all of its eyes, and they are worth so much.
Ooh. Let's wait
Yes.
for that next time.
Did we really want to kill it?
It's
No, we seem
Possible.
to just be taunting it to death.
your mother smells of elderberries.
Had he just stayed for one more round, Allegra would have gone for the ice.
I was going,
Steals.
except for the fact he was backing up, but I was considering that as well. After getting his foot off you.
You guys really.
Go for the ice, Boo! Go for the ice!
Like he's got 6 of them.
I like that Rick knew what I was referring to.
I really wish I didn't.
Minsk is the best, though.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna call it there. But yeah, if you guys want to sort out your levels between yourselves, and to get closer to getting you up to the level of what's required. Yeah. Although the next episode for you guys is gonna be a pretty important one.
Were we
It's
sticking
only-
with the plan of doing that this month as well?
Sometimes.
Why not? Why the hell not? We can always do it early October if needs be, but we'll see what we can fit a date in. The others are going to be doing a crossover, which is going to link into Fateswain Con. And yes, I have a plan on getting everyone there at the same time. It's going to be crazy.
And I'm gonna have to be on holiday. Bridget just goes on holiday.
He throws in the towel, goes back to the university.
You know,
Bridget
with
goes
her,
back to the university to tell them what she found out.
I think with her, me and Imogen are going to have a chat about this, and we're going to see what we can come up with. Because I can NPC her character,
Oh yeah.
or you know,
But will you bring catty sound effects?
yes. Bless.
That cat is adorable.
That cat is. I'm fairly certain it's not a real cat. It's just a plush toy you squeeze.
My nugs are both passed out.
Aww.
My cat climbed into Ruby's bed and she's allergic, so I should probably get him out.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh, anyone have
She's
any
our
announcements?
mascot.
She is now the mascot. She's Meow Spawn.
Announcement.
I don't have any announcements.
It's just a
Other
traditional
than
thing.
that, this was very, very good, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Apologies.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Apologies if the games are a bit slower. I'm actually trying to tie everything together for November. Also, I've had collected.
Apologies for completely ignoring the lead you were giving us.
Yep.
It's fine. You know what? If you guys are having fun and I'm having fun, it's really no problem at all. I dare say, as Snoop Dogg just pointed out, it is quality entertainment. So you guys do you, and I will make sure that you have something to kill later on.
GG.
Yay!
GG.
Yes.
GG. Yes. Nothing.
What were you calling me? Morena?
I need to create an
I did
NPC
ask-
which keeps doing that.
Maria and the fade touched Jade. I don't know. That was a very bad Marina and the Diamonds pun.
By the way, a lot of these moments where you're thinking, I don't understand what's going on, when it clicks in November, it's going to make you go, no, I should have seen that. Or
It's
it was like,
so
I would never have
hard.
gotten that.
Trying
What?
to. I was there, like, I could shout so many things at Venatori, but Mariah can't.
No, she couldn't. You're right. And apologies about that. There will be some fightings up ahead where Lenara is going to have to take a back seat and just be play support and back fiddle.
That's
Sorry.
fine.
It's, yeah, I'm trying my best to keep it so it's like everyone gets engaged. And if you do feel like you don't have anything to do or have missed the book so much, just let me know. I'll
No,
throw
that
in
was
something.
fine. It was fun being like, I can't actually use what I know about Elven.
Whereas I
called-
genuinely don't know anything. So you're like, woo, can play to my strengths and bullshit.
But yeah, I'm still waiting for certain people from the other groups to watch this episode, and when they do, they're gonna freak the fuck out. It's gonna be amazing.
Like when
People being
the episode when we were doing that behind the scenes, they were just randomly killing a room full of people.
Pretty much all started with Bryn. All started with Bryn. Also, when you watch this, Teresa.
Direct call out.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to go and have my second pee for the evening. Getting all set up.
Have a nice
It's
time.
nice you keep us updated.
I know. I might even actually go for number 2. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, hi.
Why would you say that in a southwest accent?
I figured it would. It just made sense at the time. Well, we'll be in touch and get the date sorted. To everyone who's watched, thank you very much for hanging around. Hope you enjoyed it as well, as much as we did. The next one up is going to be both the episode for these wonderful people here, the Stags, called A Grim Reminder. That's hopefully going to be this month, if not early next month. And then we also have a crossover between the Kestrels and the Faithswain as the unification of all 3 groups starts to happen, and that's called Nobody's Son, and that's yet to be sorted out. We've also got some backstory, rather downtime stuff with Faithswain, which is going to be published, as well as a epilogue to the Kestrels from the last episode, because I was so damn tired I didn't tie it up nicely. So much stuff to do. But yeah, I will see you all next time. Thank you very much, guys.
Love you lots.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put up. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.